Gonna go live and let's see. She rides. Okay, we are live. Well, welcome to yet another. I guess this is the fourth live stream that we've done. Live kitchen sink, live croscopy. And I'm Eric Rosenblatt, and we'd love it if you like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hit the bell for notifications. Yeah. And all right, on to you, Casey.
And I am Casey Rochford. We would love it if you would like and share this video, just like William Shatner, and subscribe to the channel. Shatner's turning 90, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, so we've got some guests on with us.
3 guests, actually. This is, I think, the most guests we've ever had. So we might need a talking stick, possibly.
Yeah, we've got
raise your hands.
Joe's not late. How about that? And this is James. He's new to the show. And we got, Ted hiding out in the shadows too.
Well, Casey, I'm not really new.
You old as fuck.
James, I don't think you've been on the show before.
Yeah, you're new to the show.
But I've been listening to you guys for a while. So
right. Yeah. I just meant new guest.
Okay.
Yeah, you're an old school kitchen sink microscopy fan. Yeah.
Yes.
Long time listener.
Yeah, we're almost through our second year, actually.
I know, long time listener.
Mm-hmm.
That Eric guy is amazing.
Oh man. All right, so let's see. I think we actually have a kind of a topic of discussion today, right?
Yeah, so since James hasn't been on the show before, we asked him what he would like to discuss. So James, I think you put it as everyone is black except white people. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, the other day I was sitting back, I was sipping tea, so to speak, and I started hearing about Asians being brutalized and stores wrecked and robbed and just, beat up. And my whole thing is I'm from Michigan, I'm from Detroit. Mm-hmm. We don't have Koreans or Asians. We have Chaldeans, which are Arabs. So until I came to this state, I never knew about Koreans. Now, here's the deal. Since I've gotten here and lived here for almost 30 years now, the Korean people are cool. I mean, they kind of run everything other than, big box stores and, grocery stores and things of those natures. But they're relatively cool. They don't follow you around like they do in the Midwest and in the East. Talking about hurry up and buy. No, you don't have that out here. So to hear that kind of just really freaked me out. And it was like, I know, look, I'm the only black guy on the panel right now, but the thing is white people beat up everybody, and including themselves. But the thing is, it's kind of hard to explain. Irish and German, they're white. You're not like kind of decimating each other like you do other races, Arabs, now Koreans, blacks, whatever. So it just stuck in my mind, and it made me say, everybody is black unless they're white.
As far as how they're treated or whatever, right?
Exactly, and what you can kind of get away with to a point. Koreans were, kind of staying below the radar in the white situation. They were making their money, they were doing their things, they were making their stores, but they weren't messing with anything that was really white. Everyone else is like a threat. And now they are a threat because of the coronavirus, which is
silly.
Yeah,
which is absolutely silly. And it's a lot of these things are based on fear. Fear is the root of all. I mean, it's very Star Wars, Yoda and all that shit. Like, a lot of this hatred is based off of fear, and a lot of the fear is based off of ignorance.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, like, Koreans aren't Chinese, and this disease originated from China. So,
My point.
yeah, like, what do Koreans have to do with this? It wasn't their fault, you know.
Well, that's
Well,
just
jumping
people
on
kind
that
of
one.
like, lumping people together because they quote unquote look similar.
Well, and
And
that's kind of a thing about, like, that really bothers me is this grouping.
mhm.
Black and white and Asian and whatnot. It's like, there's a huge amount of diversity within all of those groups. That it's like, to think that, like, it's only just a few categories is completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, look at it like this. Mexicans don't like Puerto Ricans. Jamaicans don't like Black Americans. It goes within the whole situation, just like Anglos, if you really get down to it, they have a little prejudice against maybe Irish or Jews or, like that. So, I mean, it's all interspecies too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Like you said,
tribalism.
Joe, it's fear.
Well, yeah, and it goes
Mhm.
deeper than just something tertiary, like how much melanin you have in your skin.
No, there's always a tribal mentality. So it doesn't
Yep.
it doesn't really matter. It's not really skin color. Skin color depends. Like in America, there's a lot of fear and ignorance from white people, and that hatred is seen on TV and everything else. But it's really the tribal mentality of anywhere, wherever you are.
Hey, we've got another guest or two.
Wherever you are, you will blame all of your fears on the next tribe over. It's somebody else's fault that this is happening. It's the other tribe that's trying to get us down, is trying to attack my tribe. So I have to blame somebody else.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a
no,
good.
Joe, that kind of goes to you feel threatened that they're gonna have more than you. Okay,
Yeah.
not so much as just the next tribe over. It's just that next tribe over is doing better than my tribe. So hold on, we have to slow them down at what they're doing.
Exactly. And that's with everything.
Well,
that fear is always comes back down to anything that's wrong in the world. You're not making enough money. There's a Mexican guy that stole your job. You're something about the media is wrong. Oh, the Jews are in charge of Hollywood. Coronavirus happens on a global level. Oh, it must be the Chinese, or maybe just Asians in general, or just that continent. Let's blame somebody. Let's get a figurehead to blame.
well,
That's
yeah,
all ridiculous.
self-responsibility, right? That's the thing. It happened in Germany in the 20s and 30s. They made some serious mistakes, and of course, what do? Well, we can't blame ourselves. Let's blame those evil Jews, right? And start a Holocaust.
Well, like my neighbor, I was talking to my neighbor at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was like, "How come you're not wearing a mask?" Because this is all fake. They're just fake news. And I was like, "So what you're trying to tell me is that almost every country in the world has gotten together and said, let's fake the coronavirus. Let's kill off a whole bunch of people. It's fake news." Like, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
That's kind of on the same level as, like, flat Earth, right? Like the level of conspiratorial collaboration between everybody on the whole planet is
It's flat.
so ridiculous that
Our own government can't play nice with each other. How are they going to play nice with the entire world and nobody spills the beans?
Well, our own government can't do anything flawlessly. So how could they pull off a flawless scam like that? I mean, they can't even, like, build a road that doesn't have a pothole in 3 months or something like that. You really think that they can con the entire country, the whole world?
Well,
You gotta be kidding me.
Look at that Tacoma overpass thing they were building on the freeway that went to nowhere, that they had to tear down and redirect again.
Yep. $1 million mistake.
I mean, you had several people on that, and they couldn't get together and say, okay, go in this direction and not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Ted?
He's hiding.
I think he's muted.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. You're on your phone, so you can't see us all at the same time. It's easier when you have a laptop. You can kind of open it up to see multiple people.
Yeah, I left it at work. I can see you very well. You look nice there, buddy.
Who are you talking to?
You, Joe.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm glad I actually see you in real life. It's been a long ass time.
Well, the thing is, anyone who talks, I see as they're talking. So
Yeah, no, Ted's on mute. He's hiding from us.
smart.
You know, something you mentioned a bit ago, James, just got me thinking. It's a really good point that, you know, there's like this clustering, right, that happens to like the non-white communities. So you'll have like your little China, or, you know, like Tacoma's got a few different pockets, like a little Vietnam and stuff like that. And you'll see that with, you know, a few different cultures and country, you know, based foods or grocery stores or whatnot.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Casey. Hold on for a minute. You'll see that with every other ethnicity than black.
Yeah. And even well, Russians are kind of like sprinkled around. You'll see like a Russian market out in the middle of nowhere, but that's about it. All I can think of this. And I mean, like, they are what you might call white, even though there's like a chunk that's like over in the East Asia area. I don't know.
Well,
I don't understand how the classifications work anyway. Like,
I don't either, because it's like, you know what, just because we have the similar pigmentation, somehow we're in the same group, the same kind of hive mind. Like, you know, I don't understand that.
I feel like Europeans are categorized differently from Eastern Europeans, though. I think.
Oh yeah, Russians are in a class by themselves. It's like Texas. It's like
for some reason, for whatever reason.
They are kind of the
it's not for
Texas
some
of the
reason.
world.
Like,
no, it's not. You're right. It's not for some reason. It's because they wanted it that way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Well, you know, these differences are somewhat created by your geography, of course. You know, when we're talking about melanin and all that stuff, but all these differences were made by humans. We drew these imaginary lines and said, that's our property. You don't cross over it, and we don't cross over it, and, you know, we play nice, right? And all those people bred with each other. All the people on the other side of the line bred with each other. All those little differences started cropping up, but
well,
you know,
yeah,
it
and
all
at
came
that
from
point,
the same stock.
at that point, you have a bunch of people kind of hanging out together on a regular basis, and they develop a culture.
Yeah,
That's different than the adjacent cultures. That happens normally.
Well,
Yeah,
even for the fact that coming from Detroit, Michigan, growing up there and coming out here to the greater Northwest, I love this place, because when I came out here, it was a whole different world. And I loved it. There was a park every other block, because I grew up on the top of the 30th Street Hill in North Tacoma.
right.
Okay. Hey, all right. Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's where I came up, is right there on 3 houses off the corner of 30th and Proctor.
Yep.
Okay.
North
and
29th for me. I rode my bike around there as a kid.
Well, see, there you go. Park around the corner.
All right.
Okay. I got my tire fixed at the auto shop down the street, right across on the bridge, right there by the bridge thing over there.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, that people up here had their front doors wide open. They weren't locking their doors at night. There were no plexiglass in the banks when you walked in that you had to talk to, or even there he is, or even in the stores. So I relaxed. It took me about 10 years to relax. Oh, Lord. But I did relax.
I'm eating sushi. What do you want?
We see. But
man, hey, you got to share with the class.
Yeah,
well, come on to the phone. You can have a piece.
But my family is from Michigan. They're like, well, why don't you come back? Yeah, you out your mind. Are you out your freaking mind? Where every time I've been a corner, I got to worry about either getting robbed, shot, or called by or accosted by the police. No. Well, my other part of my family is in North Carolina. Well, why don't you come out here? Are you kidding me? I'm from the Midwest, half East, out Midwest, and I'm gonna come to the South. Do you know how different I am gonna be from you guys down there? I'm just like sticking out a thumb in the wind, like, come get me from everyone.
Yeah.
You think you're better than us? No.
And that kind of speaks to my point is like you get these pockets of culture developing, and it honestly doesn't matter what you look like. If you're an outsider, people know. And
well, unless you're a ninja, then they'll never know.
Master of disguise.
I would not see it coming. That's a thought process, though, as well, is the fact that if you took a group of people, two groups of people, and they were all absolutely blind, and they were raised in different neighborhoods or different states or different countries, whatever the case may be, but if they were all blind, they would come together and they would be fearful of people that sounded different or moved around different.
Yeah,
there would be different patterns,
thoughts or mannerisms or something. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the color of your skin. It's just easier for human beings in general. The way that we're taught, we categorize things from a baby. This is a square, this is a triangle, this is a circle, this is blue, this is green, this is red. That's how we have these basic fundamental categories that we put everything in. And a lot of that will lead to that kind of racist mentality later on, because we say, this guy beat me up, he has tan skin. So everybody that is in that color spectrum, now I associate with that. Or I saw this on the news, and everybody who acts similar to that or looks like a circle or looks blue, I'm going to associate with that.
Do I have to give everybody a lesson in Flatland? Circle, squares, all that. Good book, by the way. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, oh man, I had a point, but more beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take a step.
Well, something that's kind of related to this discussion that would be interesting to talk about, I think, is like what makes you black. Like how much black is black? Because I mean, we have Joe here who's like 1/64th black. At what point do you call that black? Or is Joe getting a pass and he's not white?
Okay, let me expound on that. I've grown up in a neighborhood where there were like maybe 4 white families. Okay, the boys in the family, they grew up around black people. They went to school around us. They learned us, our vernacular, the way we wore things, the things we did, and the places we went. But you say, how much black is black? They didn't look like us, but they acted and were like us. Now, here's the thing. If there was like the 68 race riots in Michigan, I wasn't old enough to participate or even know what it was until someone told me. But here's the deal. The side that was winning, though, they could take that side.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? So when you say how much black is black, it has nothing to do. It has to do with how the other people are going to treat your blackness.
A perception kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And kind of more culture than biology.
If they say, hey, the white side is winning, they can go over to the white side. Just like, I'm not trying to change the subject, but just like a homosexual person, if they decide that the heterosexuals are winning, they can act heterosexual. A black person cannot act white.
Ooh,
a white
that is
person
a
can
good
act
point.
black, but they
can't hide in plain sight.
Exactly. So it's not how much, it's which way it goes.
And it's how the majority of people perceive you, I guess.
Wasn't there a movie about like, I don't know, like maybe like the 60s or something, or even earlier?
There were movies like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was like a blind girl that falls in love with a black guy, and and then somebody's like, what? You're dating a colored fella? And
I think that was Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does sound familiar.
Like that's an interesting Gene Roddenberry style way of showing you that.
Speaking of Gene Roddenberry, they explored that on TOS with that planet that had people that were like black on one side and white on the other, and they hated the people that were white on one side and black on the other.
Yeah.
And it's like you can look at that and be like, that is so freaking ridiculous, but to them it was a big deal.
Yeah. And I mean, like, biologically speaking, there's no difference really between any of us. Like, we're talking about a millionth of a fraction of your genes might be different, but any one of us next to the other person is going to have that amount of differences, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't really point to a gene that makes someone black or a gene that makes someone white, because I mean, what's white?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, and then why does it even matter? Like, don't the things that matter, aren't they the things that you care about, right? Like, who's your favorite band? What kind of food do you like to eat, or something like that? Those are the cultural aspects that are actually significant, that divide people, I guess.
But how did we get here, though? There's a nature versus nurture situation going on, where at some point in time you've placed things into a category. You eat a specific type of food and it's spicy, burns your mouth. Maybe you don't eat that food again, even though someone says, "Hey, I didn't make it spicy," or "I made it different," or "These people make that different." You avoid it because you think it's spicy, or you avoid it because you think that the last time you ate it, it tasted like a bunch of fish sauce or something. Those simplifications of that experience and how people deal with it. There's something in people's lives that make them fearful of other people, of whatever race, creed,
it's superficiality.
It's systematic.
Well, it may have started from, like, Joe, you said nature versus nurture. That got me thinking. This may have started from an altruistic need, back where tribalism was actually like important to maintaining your tribe. Nowadays,
when there were actual tribes.
Yeah, it's a little more fluid now. You won't like die if all the people around you suddenly are gone. Like, you could just move and blend in with someone else. But way back in the day, like, we're talking probably before we hit Homo sapiens sapiens, this could have started, right? You see that tribe over there, you just instantly hate them, and then, like I was saying before, you just start changing over time.
And maybe it's like a survival, like an innate.
Well, that's what thing. I meant. Yeah, like that nature part of it. It's like they had to be that way.
And the fear may come from the fear of the unknown, basically. Like, it from a survival standpoint, it's better to err on the side of caution and fear the unknown and avoid it and whatnot. And maybe that coalesced into something more complex as we got more developed as a society, I guess.
So let's say those fundamentals are accurate, and that's why we kind of have this. We're drawn to this sort of mentality. Now that we are in our current state of awareness and knowledge as a culture, as a planet, we have a bunch of knowledge, we have a bunch of education, we have a bunch of access online, but we still have people that are really drawn into this racist behavior. And there's multiple things that can lead to that. Either the media, whatever media sources they watch might be biased in one direction or another. There could be educational sources where you just kind of delete certain parts of history, and suddenly, Confederates are the good guys that were the underdogs that lost, but they shouldn't. You end up in these weird situations. What other examples can you guys think of?
Well, I would say it's everythingist. Like, it's not just race. It's anything different, something unusual that deviates from the norm. Those are the things that people automatically feel threatened by. Maybe from a survival standpoint, I guess. Like, it's unusual, it's different. It could be a threat.
The other ways we exclude people, though, aren't nearly as detrimental as racism. Like, that's the big ism, because that can kill people. That can ruin people's lives. It can ruin entire histories, cultures. Like, it reshapes history because it's writing it the entire time.
Well, and it's absolutely superficial. I mean, honestly, like any ism is, it ignores the totality of somebody's personhood, all of their experiences, all of their thoughts, the things in their mind, and it kind of just gravitates, like hyper focuses on one tiny aspect, whatever it might be, whether it be melanin or politics or something, whatever. And it dehumanizes people, and that's bullshit, in my opinion.
Ooh, what if I don't think COVID was fake, but I do definitely think the government probably thought of a way on the fly to benefit from it.
Never let a good catastrophe go to waste.
Right.
Just saying, not getting conspiratorial here, but I do like a bit of conspiracy.
What if the whole Trump planting the seeds of doubt about COVID was to create that anti-masker versus masker sort of ism, right?
Well, and yeah, because here's the thing. If you can divide people who would otherwise just sit down, have a beer, have a conversation, if you can make them mortal enemies, you can then control them. It's game theory, right? It's simple, age-old, like by the book kind of stuff.
It's all about divide and conquer. This world that's what it's all about. It always has been and always will be. Black people don't get along with white people because no, you can't do that. But here I am sitting with 3.5. Well, I don't know where Ted is. He's filling his face with sushi, but
he's too quiet.
And you know what? I'm enjoying the conversation. I don't feel threatened. I don't think any of you guys feel threatened by me. I was invited into this thing by white people. It's all divide and conquer. Now, if someone told you, no, you don't want him on the show, he's an idiot, he's going to be saying this, he's going to be, anti-white and pro-black and all that, I wouldn't have gotten, invited.
Actually, you would have, because we would totally talk to that person and be like, what's up?
My bad.
They invited me.
Next time I'm coming with the daishiki on, in the headpiece and all of that.
There you go. As long as you're further away than arm's reach, I'm okay. I'm fine with that. Whenever you get to the point where you can grab and tickle,
here we go.
That's when I gotta step away.
You know what? I almost took a timer and set it to see how long before you went to that.
That's because he misses it. He wants it again.
Joe, you want to give a backstory on that?
No. That's gonna devolve the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that out there for the internet to think about.
So I knew you were gonna go to.
Okay. Post it on Reddit. Let Reddit figure it out. That's a good Reddit mystery. No, but who is threatened by this kind of conversation is the system. Mm-hmm. The people that want to control people. They don't want people having conversations, getting along, different philosophies, ideologies, and cultures. No, they don't want that, because as long as everybody is on edge and anxious and feels like there's some kind of threat from somebody they don't know, the others, I guess you could say, they can control people, whoever they are. I still haven't figured that out, but I know they're out there.
I don't know if I have my faith.
Like, you guys think that religion has something to play into some of this racism?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, a lot of problems that we have are because of groupthink. And then if you go into tribalism, that's a group. If you go into religion, that's a group. And if you don't believe like I do, you're a goddamn sinner. If you don't look like I do, you're a goddamn sinner. Oh. Now, my brother moved to Alabama to be near his kid, and it's just amazing how different it is in Alabama, where they just freely use the, hard R, like it's going out of style.
Yep.
And my brother's like, people are driving around their stupid small dick trucks with their big ass Confederate flag. And he's like, y'all know you lost, right? And they're like, you talk funny. Well, no, I don't talk funny. I pronounce my words properly. That's the problem. But, it's perfectly fine for y'all to sit around and fuck your cousins. I don't know. I just think
properly debatable.
Like, religion has a tendency to close your mind a little bit and narrow it down to a point where you can't think of everything, and also makes you fearful of things that are possibly not there, like skin color or threats.
That's a good point. Like religiosity does kind of discourage questioning things, and having conversations and analyzing things and asking questions. Even like it's pretty clear if you ask a question or challenge the status quo and there's some kind of emotional kickback, religiosity is at play. And I'm sure that is happening there.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Ted just said groupthink. Is that not what is taking place right now?
Yes
Yeah,
and
but
no.
we smarter.
Yes and no.
Exactly, which is what every other group thinks
Everybody-
and says.
Yeah,
It's
but we're not
that's
closing
just
people
the
out.
way
We're
of the
just
world, Ted.
So let's compare religion to politics. So maybe there is a draw for people to be in power. In general, religion provides a community. People want to be a part of that community because it's a tribal mentality. So you're a part of the community, you're protected, or you're all kind of like, we're going to help each other or whatever. But then you also get people who are at the top of that, whoever's management level, whoever's that person that goes, oh, I'm going to be the leader, because there's a bunch of people who are followers. So whatever you are, whether it's religion or politics or even a group of friends, you end up with somebody who's like, I'm going to be the leader, and now I'm going to direct things because I want to do what I want to do.
The David Koresh of
It's called control.
Yes.
Mm.
So that's a very interesting idea to bring up religion, because when you think about the way politics works too, everybody is affected by politics, but there's a lot of people who don't want to do the leadership stuff. They don't want to be in management. They don't want to They don't want to do the leadership stuff. They just want it figured out for them. I want to pay my taxes, and I want good things to happen, hopefully. And then all the people in power go, great, let's go ahead and we're going to do what I want to do, which is make a bunch of money, and then maybe help some people, maybe. And then
probably boss people around a lot, that.
Yeah.
Do you want Hitler? That's exactly how you get Hitler.
But then you can also compare this to like sports, the sports ball, right?
Yeah.
You have a bunch of Seahawks that hate the 49ers, and you end up with this us against them mentality. And there's a bunch of people making money in the middle. There's a bunch of people making a bunch of money.
And that's the thing. People feel so emotionally connected. It's interesting that you bring up sports or sports ball. These are all like millionaires and wealthy people. All they do is go out and play some kind of game that really has no cosmic significance. It doesn't really matter what team wins the game. The universe is just going to keep going. The world's going to keep turning. Orbits and asteroids and stuff's going to fly around. It just happens. But people feel so emotionally invested in it that they're willing to like fight other human beings over their differences. Bands is another thing. Like, oh, what, you hate that band? You think they suck? Well, okay, Duke's up, let's go. That kind of thing happens.
Especially seen
they're not even you. It's not your band. It's one thing if it's your band that you perform and someone's like, you suck. Okay, well, there's some justification for a little bit of negative reaction there. But if it's not you, it's just like something you like. Ted's sitting over there eating sushi. If somebody doesn't like sushi, and then he just suddenly is like, well, I'm gonna kick all your asses because you don't like sushi. How stupid is that?
I think it sounds like perfect. I'm down. I'm gonna throw it on right now.
He's down to throw hands. Sushi.
I eat sushi occasionally, but I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world. Let's fight.
Oh yeah, let's go. Come on.
I mean, if we're gonna go with bands, let's just do Megadeth, Metallica right now. I know that we
man.
Don't. So, look, Eric, that's a very good point. But the thing is most things in life are just that. Someone likes something, someone likes the other thing. There's going to be some kind of animosity. But the thing is media, television, and everybody else plays it up bigger than it is, and then it just gets out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean, like Megadeth. Come on.
Well, yeah, in a normal world, you just have a conversation discussing the differences and why you like this band or don't like this band or a movie or whatever, cultural differences. It should be fine to just have those conversations. It shouldn't come to blows. It shouldn't be something that people feel so passionately about that they're willing to like hurt somebody.
One-on-one is going to be easier to have that conversation with rather than large groups. The larger the group, the more that riot sort of mentality happens, which we saw in Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah.
But that is very similar to any European football game. Somebody wins, everybody on the other team is going to burn down the city.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
End of the world. And they also righteous for it for some reason. Like, yes, it's our job to burn down the city because our team lost, and that's ridiculous.
Well, and that's the thing.
Or the team wins.
Yeah, or the team wins. Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like a soccer game or football, if for those international people out there, has no cosmic significance. Neither does politics. Like, who's president, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, the universe doesn't care. There's going to be a giant flaming meteorite killing us, in 100 years anyway. So who cares?
Or, a new virus running around. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Like, there are bigger fish to fry, and yet people concern themselves so strongly on these minimal things that really don't matter.
Well, if you hyper focus on those things, then you'll be able to ignore the things that actually matter, which sometimes become very, very complicated.
Ah, yes. And the media does a good job of keeping people hyper-focused.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Everything is sleight of hand. Everything is sleight of hand. I mean, I worked with this one guy, and he used to talk about killing the spotted owl and endangered species and things of those nature. And to this day, he doesn't speak to me for the simple reason I said to him, I said, hey, look, for something to live, something must die. And he looked at me like I was crazy. I said, do you think we killed off all those big ass dinosaurs? Or did something have to die for us to live? He's not my friend to this day. Well, he may be my friend, but he won't talk to me.
That's a profound statement. Wow.
Not really profound. It's just, look,
nature.
We were smaller than them. We lived for a reason, and we're still here. There are no dinosaurs here except for maybe an alligator. But I mean,
and the chickens.
Yes, the ones that could live past us. So, but it's all in what he was told.
I think there's also a fundamental trait of human beings that we also have a tendency to go against whatever we've been told. Whatever I tell you, you're going to do the opposite. Or whatever I'm told, I'm going to do the opposite. I don't believe you. I think all the conspiracy theory ideas. Wear a mask. That's against my freedom. Why does it have to be that argument? Like, it's science. Just wear a mask. This is how vaccines work.
If they were allowed to go to their job as normal and everybody wore their mask, do you think they'd have a different opinion of it? Or do you think that they go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theory because they can't make any money, shit is hitting the fan, and this starts starting to make sense?
Kind of a transfer the blame sort of thing. Like, oh, I'm just angry. I need to focus on something. Let's pick this paper mask.
Yep.
Well, and it all depends on who's telling you what, like if it's the government telling you something, and historically your experience has been your government has been unethical or
lying sack of shit.
Yeah, bullshitted you the entire way. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter how scientific or or legit it is, you're gonna naturally question it. And I think that kind of says a lot, right? Like, about all kinds of things. If somebody has a bad experience with one thing one time, they go to a particular restaurant and eat some food. Like, let's say Casey and I go to Dollar Chinese and we buy some really, really amazing curry chicken, and then both of us get violently ill. Well, our sole experience with Dollar Chinese is it's terrible. And so from then on, we think, oh, Dollar Chinese. Well, that's a food poisoning in a box. But is it? I mean, you can look at the numbers.
It's worse than that, because that's an individual experience that you had, that you got to make a decision based on. So that's one thing. This is very much like the world is based on Yelp reviews. And now we have everything that has some sort of a review or media that has two different sides to it. So everybody gets to look at all of this news and go, I don't know what the hell is right. I don't know who is actually telling the truth or not. Or maybe there was one person that had a bad meal. They're the one that posts everything on Yelp. The other 100,000 people that had a great time didn't.
Yeah, and like the news, the most sensational stuff is the stuff that gets the most traction.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that like the Yelp stuff, people have this mentality like, I don't know what to think of that place. I want to think like someone else does. So I'm going to read and like
the news works the same way, honestly.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing, is that the news works the same way, but then you end up with that bias. So you get pulled towards the news sources that you think are right over the other ones, and you're not getting an equitable amount. And there's no unbiased news source, or not one that's very trustworthy. You can say, yes, this is just
it's impossible to be bias free.
No, it's all about the money.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
So
it is.
That's a terrible thing.
When it comes to media, we're down to 4 major media companies that basically control our propaganda. Do you guys think it would be better if we had multiple, like, 10 or 12, or just narrow it down to 4 and let them feed us the bullshit?
Nope, they'll all be feeding us bullshit, Ted.
All right.
It would make a difference if it caused them to get the what do you call them? People who want to be on there and make some money. They're gonna do it. So if you have 12, it's just 12 instead of 4.
That's a good point.
That's what I was trying to think of.
There's always going to be bias, because it's very expensive to run a media organization, whatever it is, and you got to make your money somehow.
And the goal is to get viewers and to sell those ads.
I guess
exactly.
You could look at it like a numbers game, like how many stories from this particular source wind up being proven like blown out of proportion or something. Like if you looked at a chunk of data like that from BBC, from CNN, from Fox.
They have, I've seen a few of those out there online. You can actually find those where it says, okay, here's the ones that are mostly biased to the left, here's the ones that are mostly biased to the right, and here's ones that are closest to the center.
But it's
hard to get a right or a left-leaning individual to trust that in general, because they're so trusting of their side for some reason.
No, that's a good point. That, like, CNN tends to be a little bit left, and Fox is a little bit right. And
no, Fox is a lot right.
Well, CNN's a lot left then too. But whatever the case, if you're one or the other in that particular tribe, you're automatically going to question the something that comes from the other side, right? But you're way less likely to question something that comes from your own side. So if you're left leaning, you're going to be like completely trusting CNN. If you're right leaning, you're going to be like, oh yeah, Fox News, they're the best news source on earth. And the questioning is really important.
I have to kind of get with you on that. If Ted or Casey, or even yourself, Ted, I don't know, it's a little bit different. The thing is that if knowing you guys, if you guys would say something to me that I don't, that quite agree with and all that, I'm not gonna go with it just because I know you or you're on my side or we're on the same side of the freaking fence. No, I'm not gonna do that. See, that's what's wrong with the world today. No one challenges the other person. Be like, no, hold on, you're right. You know, just like with cops, like they watching this person get beat up, they're standing there like, I can't say nothing to do nothing, I lose my job. I'm not that type of person because then again, I'm old. So I've gone through all the other crap. So I'm past it. But as a youngster, you look back and you see and you say, I don't really agree with you, but I'm on your side. So let's do this. That's what's wrong right now. It's everyone agreeing with their buddy, even though they know their buddy is wrong or they don't agree with it.
Having strong individual morals rather than just following the group or following the mob.
Exactly.
And I think it's important to always be a skeptic. Like, try to be objective and question things and analyze stuff. Like, never take anything at face value. Especially, okay, Carl Sagan, right, said extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So if it's something that's mundane, you know, oh, the fire department rescued a dog from or a cat out of a tree. Well, you could probably assume that's nothing. Like, that's probably true. But if it's something more extraordinary, the crazier it gets, and the more unlikely it gets.
I would say it comes down to use of adjectives. Very seldomly do you actually need to use an adjective when you're reporting facts. Unless it's to be descriptive of a physical trait or something, you know, like jagged, sharp corner or whatever, you know, something that makes sense to the story. But when you hear like firefighters rescued a Republican cat from a tree, it's like, well, what is
they're loaded words.
Know that part.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It carries a certain connotation, like a feeling behind it.
How about horse, zebra?
Yeah.
There you go. So, you know, you guys are all right, man. You know, I'm gonna have to meet me some more white people.
What? Oh,
not old Philly Joe, but I mean some other ones.
Looks like there's a couple people making some comments too.
Yeah, we got some comments.
Janelle says, I didn't realize how much I missed your guys' voices.
Miss you,
hey, April.
Tell her I'll see her at Safeway.
April says, they say history is written by the victors. I say the news is written by the bias. I mean, yeah, it's.
Oh, that's kind of deep.
Yeah.
True story.
Kind of like we've unraveled here. It's like there's no removal of bias. It's so
it happens internally, I think. Like, and that's something that I feel like the education system has failed people, that most people don't have the ability to unpack all that stuff.
Do people not know it's you, Rosie? I think that we know it's you.
What's that?
Yeah, we know it's you.
What's that?
Oh, I didn't know Janelle is Rosie. I get those two mixed up, I guess.
She has it on her Facebook.
Oh, okay.
People that are religious already are very practiced at taking things at face value. Blind faith requires it. That was one of the things that I was going to bring up, but I forgot about. Faith, trust. That's what it was. Trust.
Yeah. So you depend on people being sheep, so you have to condition them into being sheep by doing what their neighbor is doing.
But
chanting
people
here
like,
damn,
people like us in general, or people that are similar to us, or people that aren't religious, we don't trust things. We are skeptical. We do question a lot, and I found that it doesn't necessarily make my life easier because of that. I'm looked at as a negative person because I don't trust anybody ever. I don't trust anything ever. But I'm always very prepared because I don't trust anything ever, or any situation that I'm in. But there's a lot of people, the majority of people, I would say, that trust that bad things aren't going to happen to them. They trust that the car in front of them is not going to swerve. The car behind them not going to hit them. They trust that the people that
up and they sit down.
Yeah, they trust that the people that are walking around them are not out to get them in some way. And I feel like that general mentality allows people to live a good, happy life. It is also part of the religious idea. You have faith and trust in God that you will be taken care of.
And as a stoicist, I would agree in that philosophy that just the fine art of not giving a fuck. Oh man, wow, you said a lot of really good points there.
It's interesting how this all ties together.
Yeah,
there's a fundamental psychological foundation to all of this. There's something that is human being wide that kind of leads us to these points, and it has to do with trust. It has to do with building a community or having a tribe, and it has to do with these subconscious things that we do without even thinking about. But I feel like people that step outside of that, people who are not racist, that are supportive of all races and religions and whatever, are also the same people that are very critical in their view of the world and think harder about everything and don't just trust, or don't just get, my group is fine, or my religion leads me the right way, or whatever. I'm just going to follow the leader. People who don't follow the leader tend to think outside of that limited scope.
I definitely don't follow the leader. Yeah, that's a really good point. So when you said trust, like, it was making me think about, how in the media, in religion, in culture and things, people tend to trust and have faith in other people that feel like them, whatever it might be. Skin color, their own religion, their own philosophies, or politics, or sports teams, or whatever. And I think that's really dangerous, because like I said earlier, you should be especially skeptical of things that support what you view or reinforce what you think.
Here's a point that I just want to add really quickly to that. Mm-hmm. My father is in his 70s, and every damn day I have to say, he says, this commercial said this, that commercial said that. This commercial said I can lower my, rates on my house and blah, blah, blah. That commercial says I can do this and that. I'm like, if it's a commercial, they are lying.
Well, not necessarily. They're trying to sell you something. But they're
trying to sell you something. No matter what you're doing, somebody is trying to take your money. That's why I try to get him to live that mentality. Like, if you see it online and it looks too good to be true, it is trying to take your money. If you see a commercial for it, they're definitely trying to take your money.
Well, like, there are good product ads out there. But yeah, like you said, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Mm-hmm. But to your point, though, if the commercial is something that you want, I want to be able to lower the price of my home payment and not pay any fees. And that's exactly what the commercial says you can do.
So to go all Heinlein, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch.
Nice. He said, I told my daughter, I said, look, you have to look at commercials and listen to what they tell you. 5 out of 10 dentists prefer this. 5 out of 10, that's 10 people. You know how many people are in this country? It makes no sense. The numbers are askew if you just listen to 10 people.
Well, and even if it's a proportion, consensus doesn't make it correct.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like there are a lot of people who thought that smoking was good for you, or that drinking radium water was good.
All right. Now hold on. Now we're getting a little personal now. I'm smoking right now.
It's okay. No, but there was a point where it was like seen as like a healthy thing. Like, oh, this is a health benefit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was a classist type thing. Mm-hmm. All the stars were smoking, so everybody else that wanted to look like the stars and be like the stars were starting to smoke. And then next thing you know, hey, some things are going wrong behind the cigarette because they're putting different things in it. They're tweaking the product. They're doing different things. That's why I was talking to this woman today, one of my health people, and she was telling me about new products, new pills, and I'm like, no, I'm not taking it. I will not do it until it's been on the market for 5 to 10 years. I won't do it.
Yep.
I don't want to be one
I
of
hear you
class
there.
action people.
Never be an early adopter. Like,
No,
let somebody else eat the depreciation there.
I don't want to be
yeah.
the class
Well,
action
and
soup.
as far as like the marketing of things, you know, we probably have Edward Bernays to thank for that. Like people smoking, like smoking is good. Greatest marketer of all time, for better or worse.
Did he invent the Bernays sauce?
No.
No.
Isn't that hollandaise sauce?
They're similar.
There's a Bernays too.
Okay.
There's a sex joke in
Okay.
there,
All right.
by the way.
I tried to make hollandaise one time, and yeah, it didn't go
Thanks,
well.
Ted.
What? What'd I do?
Never mind. I heard you.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, man.
The sauce.
Oh yeah, somebody mentioned April. Says your understatement of the century. You not following the leader.
Is that aimed at me, the anarchist?
Gotta be the anarchist.
Oh,
I have to
Yeah.
give me a name like that. Anarchist. I'm not an anarchist, but I'm me.
yeah, good. No, be individual, be yourself. Like,
Bro, there's 3 letters for you. And you know what they are.
P-L-P.
Hey, you know what's funny though? My new boss at work, he dropped that on me, and I've never met him before. So like, there's somebody else in my work that knows about PLP, but he doesn't know you.
You coined the phrase.
That's all right.
That
I
is-
think
that's
Kathy
right.
actually coined it. I think Kathy coined it.
Would you
What does
like
it stand
to-
for?
I just ran it into the ground.
Yeah.
Parking lot
well,
pimp.
who
What?
said that?
Parking lot pimp.
Parking
Thanks,
lot.
Joe.
Oh.
Thanks, Joe. We were going to try to keep that hidden with your touchy feelingness. But anyway,
yeah, come on, you got to throw
Why
that
are you
out to
trying to
Reddit.
touchy feel? Don't be trying to touchy feel.
Joe
hey,
can spit a good
Ted,
game
how
because
was that
he's got
sushi?
internet between them.
How's that sushi work out there, Ted? Let's change this real quick.
Oh, that's good. It's spicy. I got the
I
Sapporo
really
roll.
want to know, Ted.
God damn it.
Ted, is that the
Hey,
only
but-
time your beard smells fishy, or
Oh,
There we go.
Okay,
Oh, do you want
wait.
to ask her what you hear?
Oh,
What the
we're
fuck?
going downhill.
Time for
Wow.
Lisa to beat some ass.
WTF, mate?
wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Lisa's
dive.
about to beat some
oh
ass.
man,
Oh man.
This
No,
is taking a bad turn again.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, we got to
Excuse
regroup.
you.
We gotta
I'm sorry, I may have had a little
9
bit too much beer.
It's okay.
Wow.
Oh
Hey,
man.
I do this. Hey, Casey, you remember how I met you?
City lights?
Nope.
Ooh.
No.
Well, it might have been that, but these numbnuts brought me to your apartment upstairs, up them long ass cases, fucking stairs.
Oh
Yeah, was
yeah,
that- And
Yeah, I
you
think
were,
I knew you before
were
that.
sitting there. You were sitting back on the sofa, like kind of strumming a guitar. And I was like,
He had been to City Lights a couple of times at least by that point.
yeah, but I didn't really know him or kind of,
Yeah.
Oh
Get
yeah,
into it.
yeah.
And he was sitting there and he was strumming, and this is so weird. I was like, who is this Momo over here? And we went through the place, and there were chicks everywhere, and it was a wild experience.
Was that the
And I
CD
said to
release
myself-
party?
Yeah. Mhm.
Really?
And I was saying to myself, I am like ripped right now. How am I going to get down all these stairs? And I got all the way down, and I fell off the last 3.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. The CD release party was when I met you too,
When
Who,
you met
me?
James?
huh?
Yeah,
Was
we
that
were. He and I were roommates. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Dude, James, you broke up a fight.
Oh, yes.
There was
I
a fight over a
did.
girl. Like
Yeah.
down,
Yes, we were in the
like
kitchen.
people were duking it out, and you broke it up.
Yes, I remember. Oh,
Yeah.
that's you?
Damn,
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit. Is that the party
See?
that Ted passed out on, and then I had to
Oh,
drive him
yeah.
home?
No, that was
Yes.
the party. Ted punched and broke my riot shield that my dead best friend left to me.
Oh,
Wow,
jeez.
Ted.
Did I?
Wow, Ted. Oh, Eric, now I remember you, dude.
Man, I
I
was
knew,
faded at that
I
party.
knew I liked you better than Casey.
Mhm.
But wow.
Oh yeah. We all know
James.
each other for a long time.
James,
Oh, yeah.
I shared my Johnny Walker Black bottle with you that night.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's why I fell off the stairs, Casey. Okay, it all goes around in the circle. That's why I fell
Oh,
when I got to the
man.
bottom. How do you get to the bottom and then fall?
Oh,
He drank the
man.
right amount.
Yes. Wow, man, this is weird that I'm talking to you guys.
Well, we got to do it again.
Nah, I don't
It's
think I
actually a
wanna do
really good conversation. Yeah.
You know how long it's been since I've seen you?
In
Who?
pseudo real life.
James.
You have, dude, you have to specify.
Yeah. There's 5
I
of
think
us
it's-
here.
I think it's been like 12, maybe 14 years since I've seen you in person.
Hey, check this out, Ted. I'm looking at you right now.
Except I dropped the phone.
I saw that. I saw nothing but hand. You see me now?
I see you now.
All right, then. Now you've seen me after 12 years. Goodbye.
There we go. Oh.
See me again in another 12 years, everybody.
We're all going to be like in our 70s. Damn it.
No, that's
No.
just you because you're older.
No, I'm closer than all you guys.
Wait. Who's the
You're
oldest?
like 39, aren't you?
I'm the oldest here.
Are you?
know-
Wait.
I
You
know
said
by
that with
far
a
I'm
lot of conviction.
I know by far I'm the oldest of you guys.
And then
Oh.
me.
James is
And then
older,
Lisa.
way older than he looks.
No, I don't know. Lisa and Eric might be.
Oh, gee, thanks, Case.
I think Eric's
You got
older
more
than
gray
Lisa.
in your beard than me, but you said that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I was noticing that earlier. I'm looking around at the Zoom panel and I'm like, man, I got like the grayest motherfucking beard here. And I'm the
No,
youngest.
Oh,
No,
look,
to be
look at Ted though. Ted, you got to say something to show up on the camera.
You like that? I like some of that. You know some of that? It's pretty great. Actually, me and Casey are kind of similar.
I have a
Yeah,
question
it's-
for Joe.
Sprinkled.
I have a question for Joe.
Uh-oh.
Do you have shoes on?
I
No,
do,
doesn't.
actually. I do today.
Wait,
Right
what the
now.
hell?
No, I do right now.
Wow. Look, my
Only because I had to run off before coming here. I had to run over to my parents' house. So that's the reason why I'm wearing shoes. Otherwise, I would be in either flip-flops or house shoes.
What's my nickname for you?
Fuck if I know.
Ted.
Bitch.
What?
Ted, what's my nickname for Joe?
Bitch.
Lisa says it's bitch.
Thank you,
wow.
Lisa.
Wow.
Thank you.
No, what is it, Ted?
Was it Joe's nickname?
Yeah.
Like
What I
ball
call
cover?
Joe?
Ball cover?
Oh, no, that's just
That's,
personal.
that's James.
But I
name.
call him
It's
Joe
not
Dog,
Mr.
right?
Mr. Grabby Hand.
Joe Dogs.
There you go. And I
Joe
call
Dog.
him that because I had never seen him in shoes. He's always in flip flops. It could be snow outside. He had flip flops on.
Yep.
Damn right. Damn right.
That's why I asked that question.
I'm getting a little old. I'll say that. I'm getting a little old right now. It's cold
Maybe
outside.
Okay, so we still haven't answered the question of how old is everybody?
James, you're
Who's
up.
the oldest?
Eh.
James.
I am.
No, you're so convinced of that, but we haven't even stated
I was
how
born in
old we are.
79. We'll start with that. I was born in 79.
All right.
79.
Joe was born
Eric.
in 79. Eric was probably born in 77, I'm assuming.
75.
75. I am 45.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Hey, let me touch that.
Oh, no, James is trying to find his. Oh, there it is. Yep.
Hey, all right. Hey.
It's never going to be
yes.
hard to find. It's never going to be hard to find. 72.
Love it.
What, 72?
They same age as my sister. Okay.
69.
Okay,
69
all
is
right.
what you-
All right, we got a winner. We got a
69 is what you like to do to Ted when he's asleep or something. I don't know.
Until next year.
Hey, you know what? It would be uneven. But anyway, so yeah, you gotta get something on your, return. But wow. Wow.
Oh man.
Another bad turn.
Ted's
That's
cradle
all
robber.
Cradle.
Wow.
Oh,
Hold
wait,
on.
no, she is.
69.
Lisa's the cradle robber. Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah.
This is what a cradle
Lisa
robber
is
would be.
a
You guys
Seriously?
cougar. There you go.
Oh,
Cougar. That's
boy
what the word is.
toy.
Wow.
Ted's a boy toy.
Mhm.
Ted is
I've
a boy
been-
toy.
I've
I'm,
had-
Respect.
I'm not complaining.
No, that's why half the time you can't talk to me because she tells you go to bed.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Go
She
to
does it. She
bed.
leaves me on the couch, bro.
Whoa.
Ted's just arm candy.
No, Ted shuts down the Facebook and tries not to pay attention to it too much.
See, that's my point. She told you that.
No, I figured that out on my own because that thing's a piece of shit. Except when I get in conversations, and then I'm like, oh damn, I forgot I was talking over there. And then I gotta go back into the app.
Okay, back to what we were talking about, conformity.
But
Mhm.
no,
Mhm.
I ain't conforming. I don't think. I don't know. I try not to.
See, I try not to. Oh God.
What?
So how you doing
Try,
over there?
but want in one hand, shit in the
Shit in
other.
the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
See which one gets filled first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that.
Let's see. Okay, we got some a couple comments
What do we got?
we should address.
Someone said 11 years at least.
Rosie.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sorry,
then-
I gotta buy some equipment, man. You guys just look so professional. And I'm over here with a handheld mic running around like at the White House. I mean, God, man, what is
Running
wrong?
around the White House? How much weed did you smoke today?
Not enough, apparently.
There you go.
I'm running around at the Capitol trying to get remarks, is what I'm thinking over here. With a handheld like thing over here. God. I'm taking donations.
Wait, you said you left your laptop at work. Just grab your laptop next time.
I know it's at work, so I it's a long story.
Yeah.
Link in the
Shut up,
description.
Yeah, I know.
Head over to patreon.com/KSNvidcast for the help James get a professional setup.
Exactly.
Or you can go to James's
There you go.
OnlyFans and
No,
start
I
donating.
actually have one.
An OnlyFans? That's impressive.
OnlyFans. What?
Joe.
That
you-
was Ted. Ted
Joe.
said you had an OnlyFans.
Hey,
That
Joe,
was
you
me.
know what? Joe, I have that because you know what I have. Now, come on now.
No,
start-
Joe is
geez.
your first
I don't know.
customer.
I never grabbed
Yes,
no tickles,
yes.
no nothing.
Joe
Friend.
is what was called my jump off. Come on.
I was your jump off. Yeah, I was your first time. You nasty.
Hey, look,
Oh,
no
man,
one
you
has
turned a
never
corner
done
after
me
that.
like that before, Joe. Come on.
Oh man. Oh man.
Now you start.
That's what started you down the path.
Oh my god.
You
Okay.
nasty.
Shit's getting real now.
Wow. Okay.
At least we're not talking about Casey's dick.
No,
Whoa, hey,
we addressed that earlier.
No,
We're
we
not gonna
have
do
to
that.
now. We have to now.
Too late.
We're supposed to be talking about we have a topic of conversation. Yeah.
We do. We should
No,
probably.
we had a topical conversation.
That's
It
true.
went bad.
It's strange how badly James wants to hear about my penis.
I'm telling you, right?
It's
Like
Joe's fault.
he said, I was the jumping off point. Now he's made it to you. Watch out. He's
I
gonna
don't
grab.
think
He's gonna tickle. There's gonna be some uncomfortable times ahead of you.
How did
You
I
know-
get to Casey's penis over here?
First it's one finger, then it's two. All of a sudden, the entire fist is going inside of you.
And then it's a
Jeez.
game.
He made a rhyme. That was a beautiful poem.
The point is,
And then next you're on OnlyFans. submitting
Lord.
videos.
OnlyFans
wow.
slash KSM. I don't know.
Rosie, please don't listen to these people. Seriously. Serious.
Hey, we've known her longer. You had luck, bud.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So she knows you touch guys' penises.
No, that's you.
I
Remember?
want to say Rosie
That's
lived
you.
on the street
Hey,
behind you.
hey, it's okay. Everybody can touch penises. It's fine.
Wait,
No,
what?
they can't.
Only James. He wants to keep it all for himself.
Hey, look, like we were talking
Dang.
about. Hey, look, Eric, like we were talking about. Don't try to sell that shit. Don't try to sell me that. Okay, no, it's not a consensus. Everybody can know. No, nice
Oh.
try, though, buddy. Nice try. Okay.
Oh
Look at
man.
Casey laughing because he believes the same thing.
Hey, you know. Well, okay. Grim up. Time to get serious.
Penis.
Shit.
Go ahead, take over.
We got a show to record here.
Casey, it's your
Producing
turn.
a show.
What's that, Joe?
You're the drunkest, so you get to lead us.
Who?
I'm not a follower.
Who's
Casey,
How do
the
we know
drunkest that I
who's the
can see.
drunkest?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm
pissed.
drinking tea, and Ted is not drinking anything. So
True. James,
I
what you
wonder,
working on?
I wonder who told him he couldn't.
Hey, you know I quit that a long time ago. He's drinking wild turkey over there, or what?
No, I gave that up, dude. That was just way too much.
Nah. That stuff always
I
made me want to puke.
I was doing weird things in the parking lot.
back to his OnlyFans. You guys making so much money. You have no idea.
Hey, you know what? I don't either, Joe. I don't. I have no idea either. So you're right.
There you go.
Making
100.
money, posting crazy shit to YouTube.
Just getting touched by my friends. You
Oh,
have to have three hands.
oh.
You have to have three hands over there. You know what I mean?
Now we're back to talking about
Hey,
Casey.
Eric, I thought you were
It
going to
takes
bring
three
us back
hands
on
to
top.
hold it. I assume we're talking about Casey's dick.
Well, actually, it falls into the social distancing rules because it's that big.
It's true. He just walks around. He just spins in a circle, and people are 6 feet away from him.
Ted, preach, Ted. Go ahead.
I'm
You
just
got the
saying,
full-
like you would literally be 6 feet away.
And tell them about the training wheels or something. I mean,
Oh
come on.
God.
You know what?
Training
No,
wheels.
Eric, would you bring us back to center, please?
It's a wheelbarrow, not training wheels.
I can
Eric,
try.
bring us back to center.
All right.
The center kind of bulges a little on the right, but
Good bulge.
That was, hey, dude,
LOL,
that was a
yeah.
Childhood accident.
So, to bring us back, like, we're talking about like identity and race and stuff and what matters. That's where we should totally get back to that, at least for a minute.
Yeah.
so I just really quick, I wanted to mention,
yeah, of course.
What is
Oh,
it?
froze.
Case is frozen. All right, glitch in the system.
We need to get him.
Doesn't fix his Wi-Fi.
Hey, excuse me, I have to say this: System of a Down.
Oh yeah.
I have
Time to
say
talk
that.
about pistols.
Hey,
It
what
looks like
is
you're
that?
making noise, but we can't see your video.
What is that?
What, this?
Yes,
That's a Rock Island Armory. Rock
Armory.
Island Armory, 1911.
Oh, see, I like you more and more. No, here's the reason for it is I have Taurus 1911s, right? But I buy all my sidearms in twins.
Mhm.
If I buy one, I buy two, and I keep.
Oh yeah, I'm liking you more and more too.
I keep my munitions.
when we were gonna start this
so
show,
I'm not running around from 38 to 320 to all of that back and forth. I won't do that. And my daughter and her husband, they kind of understand it now. It's like if I have Now I'm about to buy a couple of Raging Bulls. Okay, but they're 45s just like this, so I only have to buy one ammo,
Yeah, smart.
and I'm not searching.
That's the thing I've been going towards, is like reducing the amount of ammunition that I have to get, the diversity of ammunition.
Yes,
Especially now where you can't find it.
you can't find.
So yeah. But 45 is a great caliber, and the 1911 is an amazing pistol.
Eric, I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
What are we looking at? The 1911 as well?
Is it a gun
Theodore?
show now? Oh, do I have to bust out the AK now?
Well, hold on, I
Theodore?
gotta go someplace to get that, but yeah.
No, I have an AR.
Nice. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So, James, we might have to do like an AR versus AK conversation
No,
there.
AK. No, AK wins. It's seven.
Yep.
It's seven. Hold on. It's 7.62. It's more powerful, just
Yep.
like a 45 against the a 9mm 357. But the whole thing is I have a Colt, an AR Colt, and I bought it back before the bans and all those, so I got it at a low price. Right now, it's worth $2,000. Now, I have a buddy in the military. He goes and gets ammo. We bought 1,500 rounds of AR-15 ammo for $300.
That's
You
a
get that on
good
base?
deal.
Are you kidding me? I don't know
Oh.
where he did. And I was like, are you kidding? We split it, right? And it's like, no, go do it again. I want my own 1,500. So do this like, I look at Joe. Joe's over there like, man, what are you, nuts?
No. I actually today we smelled like some cigarette smoke around the house, and my wife was like, make sure there's nobody living underneath the porch, because there was some homeless person living under there before we bought the house. And I went downstairs, grabbed my brother's 9mm, and I walked outside. I'm like, let's check this shit out. First time I've really actually walked out with a gun and trying to check shit out. I mean, this is Furcrest, so like, there's no need, like, there's nobody here. But it's still nice to have shit like that. And I inherited all of my brother's guns, so I've got a shotgun and a couple rifles downstairs. But so I'm there with you, except that I have boxes and boxes of ammo, because he also hoarded all bunch of ammo and kept it. So I have boxes of ammo to go with my multiple guns that I really need to buy a cleaning kit for all of them.
We could
There's
talk to my
universal
brother
cleaning
and I'd be able to
kits.
borrow his.
Cleaning kit?
Huh?
Yeah, I need to talk to him about that, but if we need
Maybe.
to do
I'll
maintenance and get him up to snuff, that'd be good.
Yeah, I definitely need to clean them. They're all covered in oil and shit.
Well, oil's better than Cosmoline. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
What do you got there, James?
My bag.
I guess I'm the only one here that doesn't own a gun.
Yeah.
Get with the times, Casey.
Nice. Oh, it's a PMAG, right?
I will
Yep.
say, safety moment
Yep.
for the internet and for all the people here. Let's make sure that we don't shoot each other or ourselves or a hole in the wall or ourselves in the foot or whatever. So
There is a Kitchen Sink University video that I just uploaded about gun safety.
excellent.
That said,
I think I got
Jesus, did you have it under your desk?
I still have to get that up. That's right.
Oh yeah. So
Oh, dude,
James, what do you think about like? I mean, so okay, like back in the day, like the Black Panthers had a bunch of guns, self-defense and stuff like that, and everybody got all bent out of shape over it. And the 1968 gun bill passed, but it was actually all about safety and self-defense. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on that. Like owning guns, like. What do you think about that?
See, it's hard to get it in frame.
I know it is.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah. Hey, we should do like a let's go shooting video.
Oh,
That'd
be
University
cool.
Place.
Hmm.
And now, hold on, I'm gonna put this down because I got to put this up. But no, I mean, look, dude. here's what happened. Back in the day, Ronald Reagan, when the Black Panthers were walking around servicing their own neighborhoods and keeping them safe from cops that were just destroying, the Black people. What happened is they armed themselves. So what Ronald Reagan did was he said, hey, you know what? We're gonna make it to the point where if you have a felony, you cannot own a firearm. Now, then after all of that, what happened was any little thing that was you got caught by the cops doing, and they were manufacturing a lot of them, they were making those things felony that today aren't even felonies. So those people had felonies on their record and they could not own arms. And now to this day, that still holds from Ronald Reagan. If you have a felony, you cannot have an arm.
Was that associated with the voting as well? A felony, you can't vote.
Yes.
Okay, so that came in at the same time.
Yeah, it came in at the same
I've
time.
always said, like, all gun laws are racist in origin, or somethingist, I guess, but predominantly racist. Drug laws, same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, everything that happens in this country is usually, I know this is going to sound weird or selfish or whatever it is usually aimed at the Black community. Okay, just like Planned Parenthood. That was aimed at the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a modern day redlining where it's just creating, like, if you can't make a blatant rule to put people in a box, you end up making all these smaller rules that you can use to the same purpose.
Exactly. You could bend corners with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the propaganda spin of the media just perpetuates that too.
Let me tell you,
guns are dangerous. It's like, you know what, the Black community or any community depends on that for self-defense. You can't depend on the cops.
No matter where you live.
Yeah.
No matter where, if someone's kicking in your door, the cops are you're not going to have the time to call 911 and have a conversation and have them, jump in the car and drive.
As the saying goes, when the seconds counts, the cops are minutes away.
Well, the thing is this: why is it that if someone breaks in your house, say it's a cop, they kick your door down, you don't know it's them, and you shoot somebody, you're in trouble. But if they do the same thing, if they were in danger, it's just really crazy.
And that was with was it Breonna Taylor? Breonna Taylor, her boyfriend?
Breonna Taylor, yeah.
Okay. They finally dropped the charges like the other day. What the hell is like, you kick in a door?
That took forever.
Oh my God. You kick in a door of somebody's private residence and they shoot at you because they're scared because they got their door kicked in. Like, that's your fault.
And it's the wrong
resident. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
It was totally the wrong place.
And
they were justified in defending their house from an intruder.
See, now hold on. Now lies the difference between them protecting their house or somebody like you or me protecting our home or our domicile. Now we're in more trouble because you hit somebody with an AK, okay, and I've hit somebody with AR-15 several times. But it's just the way that it's all set up. Them against us. It's cops are modern day slave chasers, and they always have. Let me do this. Let me change the whole subject up because you sitting here with AR and it's kind of scaring me right now. But,
he's so excited.
Are you guys aware? Oh, it's beautiful. Are you guys aware that Indians, American, whatever,
Native Americans,
own slaves?
Yes. Yeah. Slavery, we act like slavery is dead nowadays, but it's alive and well, sadly, across the world.
Well, I'm looking for a couple of white guys that I can enslave and, have them do some things, like, flog my horse or whatever y'all do. I don't know.
Bunch of stuff on your OnlyFans page.
As long as I can carry an AK, I might be okay with that.
As long as it's not just like if you were to buy a Desert Eagle, if it's American, I wouldn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I would want the original.
By the Israeli version.
Yes, if you can drop it in the sand, pick it up and keep shooting, I want it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Casey, I think we've kind of left you in the dirt over there. What's going on?
I'm trying not to say too much. My internet connection is really choppy.
Yeah, I see that it is. I thought you had like a disorder or something, but
well, that's not discounted.
I was like, man, is he like having a fit or something? I didn't want to say anything, but I'm glad you said that.
He has had a lot to drink tonight. Did you not fix your cable, or did you not drill the hole or whatever?
No, not yet. No, it's.
What about the two satellite idea?
Well, I mean, I already kind of have something like that, and honestly, you can't really beat a wired connection as it is. It's going to be coming 100 feet, but no one wants to hear that.
No.
Damn it, James.
What, Joe?
No, nothing. I just wanted to say damn it, James.
There's not going to be an OnlyFans video.
You're reminiscing. He's reminiscing. That's what it is. He's reminiscing.
I am, man. I miss the old days, man. We had a lot of fun.
Dude, with you guys sitting behind me in that booth, dude, that was the thing, dude.
That was good times for a long time. We were there.
And just lying, talking shit. And I used to look at some of y'all like, dude, you're lying. But I didn't say anything. I did. Everybody just puffing and pumping things up. I used to get out of here.
We were so full of shit. Probably still are.
Yeah.
And full of alcohol.
A little bit.
I can't remember if it was you exactly, James, but when I was under 21 and I would go to City Lights, one time I strolled up and somebody at the door, maybe it was you, they were like, oh, you got some ID? And normally they didn't ask me that. And then I was just like, oh, I know Scotty, the bartender. And they're like, okay, well, just give me a nod if he says you can be here. And so I walk all the way to the bar and I order a drink from Scotty. And I say, hey, he said it's cool if I'm in here. Is that cool? And Scotty looks over and nods. And then the guy is like, oh, okay. So I just snuck my way and passed the card.
That was Sinbad. That wasn't me. That was Sinbad. I remember that. It was Sinbad because I looked at Sinbad like, man, what are you doing? And I heard, hey, Ted, you remember Sinbad?
Yeah, I remember Sinbad. Not very well, but I remember him.
Joe, you remember him too?
No, off the top of my head. I drank more than all.
You remember him, Joe?
No,
yeah, he was a Samoan. No, you didn't. I was drinking 101 Wild Turkey. You did not outdrink me.
Oh, I don't know. I think that if you compare the amount of drinks and the amount of years for how much, I may not have drank that much in a small period of time, but over the course of my 20s and 30s, I drink a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, you were a little on the wild side. But anyway, one night, Sinbad and I, Sinbad was a Samoan. Mm-hmm. He was tatted up and all that, but he was the nicest, coolest person in the world, but he just looked like he would kill you. One night, him and I got into the point where one would open the door for the other and let the other one throw the person out, and we threw them for distance. And we would go out there with spray paint and we would spray it on the ground for the distance. And I'm serious, dude. He beat me. He threw this chick, and I felt bad for her, man. She was acting up and all that. But he threw this chick. And remember, cars used to park right up front there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He threw her so far that when she bounced, the back of her head hit up under the bumper. And I'm like, dude, you can't. You gotta let that one go. He went out there spray painted, and she was still sitting there. She had like yellow paint in her hair.
Hashtag Tacoma stories.
Dude, City Lights used to be the place.
What about your spotlight? Get the crackheads away.
Oh, we had
It's got to like
man,
cockroaches.
we had this spotlight that was like 100 million lumens or whatever the hell they call it, where we could shine it down the street into the balcony of the church by the jail, and we used to clear out the whole neighborhood. The crackheads would be trying to be on the other side of the street because they knew they couldn't be on ours, and we would just light them up. Nah, you ain't doing all that over in here. And that's how we cleared out the city light area, man, where you guys could come and just have a good time.
Oh, you remember that dude? He was just drunk off his ass all the time. He's a black dude. And freaking
Oh, Joe?
yeah, I can't remember his name, but he always be showing
Yeah,
up.
Joe.
Like,
he's like
during
116 black.
the dude, like, you'd see him sober and he's got a normal job, but you would think that he was homeless when he was at
Are you
the
talking
bar.
about are you talking about the big black dude?
He was kind of big, I mean, he was like a little shorter than me, a little stockier, but
Well, that's not big.
So
No.
I don't know if this is the same guy, but I remember a guy who I think he was actually schizophrenic. Like some days you would see him in the bar and he would be in a suit and he looked totally normal. And then like 75% of the rest of the time he'd be outside, like drinking outside, wouldn't have a shirt on, and he looked like he was cut, like a big dude. And he would always look like he was trying to get in fights with people. But I think that he was schizophrenic or something. Somebody said he was schizophrenic. Like when he didn't take his medication, that's when he looked like he was rough.
He was schizophrenic.
Was he?
He
Okay.
was. I know you're talking about it. He was schizophrenic.
Yeah, I just remember one time.
I used to always talk to him, Joe. It's like, and we were friends. I used to always get to talk to him when he, was in his manic thing over there, and we were cool.
I just remember the one night, like we were standing outside, and he was kind of like people were kind of scared of him, and he was kind of bouncing around a little bit, like he was in his head. And I just walked up to him and was like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" And shook his hand. I was like, "What's your name?" And he was totally nice. Like the fact that I actually reached out to him, shook his hand, was nice to him. Total nice guy.
That's the way.
But he just looked. He was bouncing around like he looked like he was trying to get into trouble, but he was probably just trying to be out around people.
Go ahead, Ted.
Oh no, I didn't have nothing. I just stretched. Sorry.
But was that the guy you're talking about, or was it somebody else?
I don't know. The dude like would present as homeless at the bar, but then I think Rich saw him somewhere during the day and he was working a construction job or something, but he was perfectly normal. Like
driving a Mercedes.
I don't know what he was driving, but he was just well spoken and everything else. But when he was at the bar, he'd get hammered inside, come outside, and then hit us all up for cigarettes.
Casey, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm here. It's just my internet keeps
you
dipping
still
in
going.
and out.
Hey, you guys, anybody remember me throwing a guy in a wheelchair out?
I did not, but it makes me warm and happy inside.
No, dude, he was just a straight prick, right? And huge arms, because he used to always come up the hill and all that. But he was just a prick in the bar, right? And one night he pushed me way, and I was laid back. He pushed me past a point where I snatched him out of his chair, and Sinbad was there with me too, and opened the door. Opened the door, and I shrugged him all the way to the door, and I couldn't really chunk him because he was a kind of hefty a little bit and all that. But I did. I slung him out. When I came back in, the people were looking at me like, "Man, do you realize you just threw a guy in a wheelchair?" I was like, "Walk his wheelchair out. He can get back in it."
Oh man!
But no, he was like smacking girls on the ass trying to get away because he's in a wheelchair and grabbing drinks that weren't his, and it was just too much.
Yeah.
So,
I think I remember that dude now.
Yeah. I feel bad.
I was faded.
No, I was gonna lie.
But yeah, it
So
wasn't very nice to the women's.
So we have a comment. Boys and their toys.
That
And?
happened.
Yep. Or yep. So we also have another one. Mystically awkward says nice 1911. Who's 1911 is the question, because there were two.
What was the name on that account?
Mystically awkward.
Oh, my brother was supposed to be watching this and commenting, but I don't think he made it.
Majestically awkward.
oh,
What?
Eric, let me pose a question, Eric.
Okay.
Would you ever really own a chromed out handgun?
Yeah, I mean, even
Bastard.
like the gold plated AKs and stuff, like I think there's a certain beauty in that. It is a little bit, it's over the
People will
top.
know you're coming too.
Well, what I mean is, if you wanted something like that, you're gonna show. It's gonna be showcased, right?
Yeah, well, especially if I spend a bunch of money, like to me, I think like an AK or a 1911, like it's a tool. I don't need to plate it in anything special. But if somebody else does, I think it's fine.
I wouldn't. I would never own a gold plated weapon or a chrome plated weapon. The reason for that is, like you said, it's a tool.
Yeah.
And no, I don't. It if you have to use it, it shows.
Mm-hmm.
Just like people with lasers, sights, and all that kind of crap, you can trace the laser back to where it's coming from, unless you have those laserless lasers.
Well, yeah, and like all the accessories, extra flashlights and tactical stuff. Like, I don't get that. That's exactly why when I got this AK, it came with a bunch of.
Dude, would you please stop bringing that thing up, man? Because I'm serious.
So when I got the AK, like it came with
That's Eric's version of a dick pic, by the way. He's like,
dude, mine too. So that's why I keep telling him, put it down. I don't want to, I don't want a dick fight over it.
Showing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
But I had a lot of polymer furniture on that, and I was like, like I replaced everything with wood, even the grip, which
so that's
wasn't
American
even
made, right?
What's that?
So yours is American?
Kinda. Hybrid. Yeah.
Well, it's a hybrid now that you put all the wood on it.
But even before that, it was like the parts. Okay. I think the person that imported it, I think this was built from a parts kit. They tried to do everything right, but I don't care about that. So I'm going to replace all this plastic with wood, because an AK should have wood. Kalashnikov would be proud.
What did you put all your wood on?
Show it, I get a hard one.
What's that, James? Right.
That's why every time you show it, I get a boner. So because it is wood. Okay. It's not polymer. It's just
wing. Oh yeah.
Demonetized.
All right. So all four of you know that
I've got a drum magazine.
What did you say, Ted? I have a double drum. What did you say, Ted?
Now you all know I'm stupid, right? So I'm gonna go back to the chrome thing. So I do want a chrome Colt 1911, and I want it with pearl handle, and I want an inscription down the.
Who are you, Patton?
No, I'm not Patton, but I watched the shit out of Supernatural, and I want a copy of that gun. So I priced it out, right? It'd been like $7,500.
Yep. Easy.
But that's because the Colt, not because I'm dumb.
So that's a no.
Well, I can't afford it for one, but
So
two,
that's
it's
a no.
hella expensive. The engraving alone, like, it's ridiculous.
My whole, like I said, my whole thing is I love 19. Now, but this is the only thing about it is if you're living in an apartment or even a home, if you have a 1911, it's not a home defense weapon. You want like a 22 or a 380 or even a 32. The
A
reason for
shotgun.
that, if you shoot a 1911, it's gonna go through what you shooting at. The next thing behind him is somebody else.
Well,
So
and that's really
Right.
that's an important thing, like
Gotta think
over
about what's beyond.
penetration.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a
it's
shotgun, a 12 gauge shotgun is a very good home defense weapon.
yeah. All you had to do is
Even
worry
with a
about
hollow point?
drywall. You just
What's
got to
that?
worry about fixing
Hollow
the
point and
drywall.
12 gauge buckshot.
No. Hollow point in the 1911. Is that going to actually go through?
Yes,
I
everything.
I do
Everything.
ball ammo, so like that. Oh,
I won't.
is
Look,
this a dick wagging session?
Yes, it is. I will not use dum dums. I will not do it. I can't.
Oh man.
So wag the dog. Anyway.
wait, let me see the 1911. Not that I'm getting all excited or anything.
Yes, you are. But
I don't know what happened here.
It turned into a gun show.
Yeah. I feel like there might be a live shooting video we have to do.
did that show?
No, go ahead and do it again. Like make some noise. That's good.
Ooh.
Over to the right.
Are we
Almost.
looking at the sunglasses or the pistol?
The pistol. That okay, so
Got a
you
good
have
look at the
legit
sunglasses.
1911. Like I can't afford what you have, James. So I have the Rock Island version.
Yours is better because Taurus is not
it's still a good gun.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Whew.
And just think about it, I have two of them.
Oh, what?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have two
Yeah,
of them.
dual wield.
Hey, look, I have two of them and 11 mags.
And that's funny is like I think that's actually really cool. Like I get excited about that. And there are some people, a lot of people who buy into the propaganda and stuff who are going to be like, whoa, I feel like wigged out by that. Like, no, I think
don't
that's
care.
cool.
Look, it's a hobby. It's it's not like I have a gun case with 15 different guns in it and all that kind of stuff. And now I am about to buy some body armor, but that's neither here nor there.
As you should, yeah.
So, but other than that, man, I'm not a fanatic. I go to the
It's a
gun
tool
range.
you
I
should be
shoot.
having. It's
Huh?
literally a tool you should be having. It's a
Yeah,
tool.
it's a tool. Like
That's
nobody
all it is.
I'm not
freaks
waking
out
up
about
running every
somebody
day to
having
use it.
like
What
too
is this?
many
The Glock
lug nut
17.
wrenches or something.
Ooh, he's got a fancy
With
light.
the
Oh,
fancy light
dude.
on it, which makes it really front heavy, which is ridiculous. So that's going to be the first thing
Also
to go.
help with kickback. but
That's
use
a
the
Glock.
strobe.
What do you have? What model?
This is a Glock 17,
Okay.
9x19.
All right.
Yeah, so there's one. You guys can keep on talking. I'm going to grab the rest too.
Nice.
I love how he walked away out of that shot. That was awesome.
Well, he's going to get more females, so it's all right. Okay, bring more chicks in, and everybody's happy.
Chicks dig guns. It's a fact of life.
You know what? Check this out, Eric. There's this one chick, right? I was dating, and guys on this
here's a Draco,
this is back.
7.62.
What?
What?
You have a Draco?
I don't. You know what? No, I don't want a
Eric just
Draco.
blew his load. Eric just
Fancy.
blew
I'm
his
sorry.
load.
If someone was to give me a Draco, I'm gonna trade it for the full model. or I'm going to alter it to full. The reason for it, if
Yeah.
you're gonna shoot 7.62, you're not trying to do it like out of a pistol.
Yeah, no, I get
It's
that.
just me.
It looks
It's
fancy
just
though.
me. Just like those Tech 9s back in the day, you couldn't hit anything with those stupid things.
Oh, I had one of those, like in the AB10.
Yes.
They were absolutely atrocious.
They're
You couldn't
crap.
hit the broadside of a barn with that stuff.
Same with the
And people
Draco.
acted like, "Ooh, this was like super dangerous." It's like, well, it's only dangerous if you're like randomly, you're
Exactly,
in the wrong spot at the
spraying.
wrong time.
Exactly. You hit whatever it is you're not trying to shoot at.
Yeah.
So,
But now,
that's
an
why
AK.
no Draco. You know what? I gotta get my laptop, man, so I can act a fool like you. Because God.
All right. So we got a Mossberg, but everybody knows what a Mossberg looks like. This is, what is this? What are you?
What are
Oh,
you? Why are
yeah,
you
this
handling
is
it? And why
Set
do
May.
you look like
This is Set
Al
May.
Qaeda in this room over here?
Set May 308. Set May 308, whatever that is.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. Good, bad, and different. I have no idea. Like I said,
No,
I
very good.
I got all these from my my brother. So
You want to sell it?
maybe. How much?
No, seriously.
That's probably a DM conversation. I'm not sure if that's a YouTube friendly conversation, but
no, it's not.
Hit me up. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with any of these. And like I said, I inherited these, and right now they're just cool looking shit that I get to show people on YouTube. Hooray! Good show.
Did you grab a Benelli? Well, I couldn't see what that was.
No, it's a Set May.
No, not you. I'm talking to Eric.
Yeah.
Eric snuck out on us.
No,
Well, you gotta-
I grabbed the
Jesus.
KSG.
That looks fancy.
What has this changed into?
You guys started it.
It's a gun channel now, apparently.
We love Casey. This would be more fun with Casey.
You know what? I
Oh
will.
yeah, Casey. Casey's got to bring.
If I had a laptop, I would pull my Benelli out, but it won't show right, so I'm not even gonna do it. This is just really getting.
Oh man, we all got to do like.
Yeah, it sounds like some. Oh man, no, screwed up the joke. Sorry.
We got to do a like shooting range video, because I think it would be a lot of fun.
For weapons and long guns, University Place is the best place. It's outdoor.
Yeah. You got to have a membership there, the TRCC.
Yeah. Well, I do.
You do?
So, yeah.
Well, let's go.
NRA. I'm in the NRA.
Nice. Let's go.
You know what's funny is I used to read the meters in there, and I know where the key's at.
We love you, Ted.
But Ted's gonna keep his job and not tell you how to get that key.
We don't love you anymore, Ted.
Not live anyway, right, Ted?
Not ever. Not ever. If you're a member, you got a key.
Here's the thing. We're all adults now. We could pay for membership. We don't have to hack our way into it.
Yeah, sometimes I still act like a teenager.
No,
it is.
No, you
it is
don't.
kind of fun to skirt the system.
How much is it out there to come a rifle?
Dude, I don't even remember.
It's like
I'm
$120 a year.
James,
or something
Your
like
grandfathered in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm grandfathered in at Bullseye too.
that. Oh,
Which I don't go anymore. So
wow.
Bullseye's an
What's
easy
the one out on
isn't it?
Canyon Road?
Canyon.
Marksman. It's the Marksman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Range.
I don't usually go to ranges. I usually go to like the state forests or national forests or something like that. Because I don't like the rules and regulations. And
Casey's out.
Frozen again?
Yeah, Casey. Well, Casey got it. Okay, look. Okay, so if anybody believes in this channel, subscribe and visit us on patreon.com/KSMVidcast. Throw a few ducats our way. to get Casey some kind of gun.
We got to get Casey some kind of format. He's not even here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can get Casey some
I thought
better
he was
internet,
going to
that
say
would be-
internet.
Mhm.
Are you in your car again, Casey?
I should be.
Well, gun first, then internet. So we'll solve
Priority.
your lack of firearms ownership, and then you can
Please
get
give me
better
the internet first.
Do you
So-
know? Do you know they're holding back on being able to buy firearms online now?
They
Oh,
shut
yeah.
that down, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they're locking it down. I don't get all the extra gun laws per se, because I mean, if you're a criminal, you're gonna go find it, right?
Yeah.
And if you're a criminal, you ain't gonna follow the law. And if you do
Exactly.
things legal, you should be allowed to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, if
It's
you
kind of
haven't
like
done
having
anything
to have your
wrong.
guns locked like 3 different ways if they're in your house. Otherwise, you can be cited for it or some shit. Well, I don't know the laws perfectly.
Yeah, because-
Think about this.
Big Brother knows best.
No, Big Brother doesn't know best. It knows everything.
Well, that was sarcastic.
Okay.
I almost feel like Casey should call in. Do you have a call-in line associated with this meeting? Because he might be able to like look at the video online.
I'll
then-
just go outside.
Well, but I
like
mean,
that.
so a lot of Zoom meetings and a lot of Teams meetings will have a call-in number as well. So you could use computer video and you could use cell phone audio.
Yeah.
So take a look at that and see if you actually have a call-in number, because that might be helpful. So Tacoma Gun Rifle and Revolver Club. $75 initiation fee, $100 annual membership dues, and then $60 for an individual range use fee, or $90 for family for a member and spouse. So 175 plus 60, so two something, $300 per year.
And
so that's not terrible per
I
year.
tell you
if
what,
plan on
they're
using
shooting
it.
the big guns off in there.
Yeah.
Because like there's a neighborhood right next to it that's all real nice, the Augusta, because it's kitty corner from Lisa and Isaiah's old house.
Yeah.
But like I'd be rolling through there and then it'd be boom, and I'd be like, oh crap, duck. Wait, no, I'm all right.
Duck and cover.
I mean, it's close enough that I like, it's loud enough that sometimes I can hear people shooting from Furcrest.
Yeah.
Like it's close enough and loud enough. And definitely when you're over there, anywhere near the park or that walkway, you can always hear people shooting.
Yeah.
I used to go out to Michelle Lake, right? And the foreground was this big sheer cliff, right? And people will go out there, or you see abandoned cars where people will use pipe bombs and blow them up and all that. It was just so secluded. We had to jump a few gates and we shouldn't have been there, but we would go out there and shoot. That's not when Eric says about going out in nature and this, that, and other thing. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful thing. You set up targets and you just shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I remember one
Yeah,
place
it's like
we went.
Clay
I can't
City.
remember.
Joe, you remember Clay City, right?
Clay City. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to mention. Yeah, it's just some random old like abandoned warehouse.
Brick
where
factory.
They used to, no, brick factory. Okay, yeah, because I remember the kilns like that were in the walls or whatever. That was pretty fun. I mean, we did that at least once or twice.
Oh yeah, and well, at some point, it was probably due to other bad actors in the past. The owners of said property decided that we shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well,
there's always like somebody in the past that ruins it for the future generation. That's why, here's the thing. Like, I go to the state forest all the time, Cattle State Forest, to go shooting. I go there with a garbage bag because I come in, I shoot some stuff, and then throw a bunch of shell casings into a garbage bag because I want to preserve that for the next generation, even though I probably won't have another generation, but I want to preserve it for them anyway.
I have a question for you.
All right.
Say you have a drum, right?
Yeah.
How many rounds in your drum? 50 or 100?
70 something,
Yeah.
I
See, my
think.
brother has the same weapon, and his is like, I think it's 75 or something to that effect. And like he said, see, I have a double drum for mine. Two little mini drums side by side. And the thing is, though, because it feeds from one side to the other back and forth, it's cumbersome. One is heavy,
Oh yeah.
so it throws off accuracy. You just trying to just strafe everything if you're gonna use it.
Oh yeah, and you can't even like people look at things and they're like, oh, the drum looks super scary. Like, yeah, it looks that way, but it is the most ridiculous mechanism ever. It sounds good on paper, but it doesn't work so good in
It
practice.
sounds good when you're shooting it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
But even if you're going, downfield, it heats up your barrel. That takes away accuracy too. So
Absolutely.
now you have to, if you were in a firefight, now you got to sit back and wait on the barrel to cool down.
But that's the thing. It's like so many people look at those things and think that like a drum mag or something, you got 70 plus 100 rounds or something, like, oh yeah, you're armed for bear. Like, actually, that it's kind of actually terrible. It's fun, but for war,
So up there where
kind of terrible.
AR-15 supposedly still stands for assault rifle.
Oh yeah, it's Armalite rifle for those who don't
Company
know.
made it. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, am I back on now?
Yep, we can see you.
Hey, it's Casey.
Assault.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
So, hang on. I think I gotta mute this or some shit. This sounds like a work meeting.
Speaking of which, I
so
have one.
so Ted, earlier you had mentioned gun laws being like, oh, criminals are just gonna go do that, but it's like, it's illegal to break into houses. Don't you think if we will, decriminalize that, let's say, don't you think more of that would happen? Like, don't you think at least most people try to follow the law?
No, a lot of people do. You're right, but I also think that limiting a law-abiding citizen the ability to get what is rightfully theirs to defend their home is also counterintuitive.
Because
but
of
also it's
Don't leave
supposed
that
to
out.
it's also supposed to make it so that we can defend ourselves against our government.
Yep.
That's why, some people get bent out of shape about this shit. And I mean, it goes hand in hand. They fight about guns, they fight about abortion. They fight about guns, they fight about abortion. Okay, both of y'all are stupid. Leave it the hell alone. Let one side do what they need to do and let the other side do what they need to do. I mean, honestly, I never really felt the need for a gun until the world started going a bit extra crazy. And I had a long talk with James about that, and I just was like, my kid's home alone. I got to have something, in case I got to pop home real quick, or whatever.
Let's say there were no
restrictions. I got
restrictions.
an equalizer,
Yeah, so let's say there were no restrictions.
It's over the top. A weapon is not an equalizer unless the other person has a weapon.
True.
If they don't have a weapon and you do, you are in control of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Or you should be, if they're of their right mind.
Yeah.
But then you have to take and say to yourself, should I take this person's life when they aren't really a threat to me to take my life? That's the whole key about owning weapons. It's like, look, you standing here, you got a baseball bat. You're in my house. Now I know you're in my house. I'm not going to kill you. That knee, you're not going to use it anymore. Plain and simple. Now, how's he going to hit you with the bat? Crawl your ass up here and try to hit me with the bat again. You're not going to use the other knee. But you're not dead.
The thing is, like, the important point about owning firearms is being able to defend against that ultimately deadly use of force. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if it does, you have the means to defend yourself against that. If you have anything less, well, you got nothing.
What about though, like if you had no restrictions whatsoever, and you've got this crazy fucking neighbor, and he's such an asshole, and he's definitely got his screws, and he has a nuclear bomb. Are you okay with that? Like, just any fucking Joe Blow crazy motherfucker having a nuclear bomb.
Well,
Dude,
that does.
fucking
rinsed
Joe.
it way too you rinsed it way up too much, man. We're talking about on a smaller level, because if he has a nuclear bomb, you can have a nuclear bomb too. It's equal footing.
Well, and something I think about is like what differentiates the average citizen from your own government, right? Like, if it's not okay for the average citizen to have nuclear bombs, why is it okay for the government to have them, to duke it out with each other? Like,
Well, it's not.
well, no, I agree, but
Yeah, you have a
things don't
point.
pan out that way. Yeah.
I mean, your point is valid, because we should be doing that. We should be saying nobody will have nuclear arms. We just all mutually agree that this is fucked up. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't also, on the flip side, have some regulation.
I don't mind.
know that it crosses the line.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I understand the nuclear weapons, aspect of it. You need to have a kind of a limitation against that, but at the same time, how are you going to properly eradicate the world of nuclear weapons?
And who decides, too?
Yeah, because like, do
who
you
are
trusting the UN? I mean, I don't.
No. Or
it's more of a
politicians.
It's more of a principle thing than a practicality thing. I don't think we'll ever get rid of nuclear weapons, because like, just the same way you can't ban guns, like you said, Ted, people will just make them. They'll go against the grain and make it happen. But it's more like a full philosophical thing. Like, what if we discover the next best thing from a nuclear weapon? Maybe we should have some kind of ethics in place now going forward that we can look back to and say, we better not develop this weapon.
Well, it's like an ethics thing, like, a black hole pistol or something like that. But here's the thing, like, nuclear weapons would never be developed for a neighbor to neighbor fight. It's
and
a
with
mass
one
extermination
thought,
weapon.
I destroyed the entire Uznak.
Well,
But there are
no
ethics.
yet again.
But there are no ethics in countries. Every country is trying to one up the other. Okay, we are doing it worse and better than anyone else. We have more military than anybody else, and we keep trying to grow it. Why? Because we want to dominate.
We're coming full circle to that culture thing.
Yes,
we're trying to take over everybody else's.
And being the world's police. Like,
we don't. Yes, exactly.
Why is our morality better than ours?
Yes.
The next person, right?
Yes. Do what we tell you to do, or you're not going to get this, or we're going to blow you up.
Yeah, we're going to bomb the freedom out of you, like. Oh, God. Terrible.
I don't think I ever come back on this show again. I'm serious. I got way too much stuff to think about, and Joe was looking at me like, come hither, and it's just I
He's looking at you like you're a ham bone in his hand.
Exactly.
The input you bring.
Yes.
What you bring to this conversation is so valuable.
So that lets me know he's thinking dirty. And
you're the one with the oldest hands about grabbing people and whatnot.
Stop. Hey, we're not there, Joe. We're talking about something else.
Oh, did anybody else notice what Joe did?
Look at it. Drink the wine. Look at that.
Yeah, Joe turned up. Joe turned up.
Do I have to bust out the drum mag?
Gingerbread.
No. Oh, you know what? I almost went to get mine, but it won't show right. So next show, I'm gonna have my laptop, and I'm gonna have some visuals. I'm gonna get me like a hanging mic. I'm gonna get a few hands, and we're gonna do this real nice.
Oh, yeah.
Next show implies that you are coming back on the show, though.
Well, it's a toss up, you know.
So.
It's a toss up. You remember I talked to Ted through the week, so who knows what's gonna happen.
That's true.
Oh man, now it's on me.
That's right.
No, it's not on you. It's just,
Oh.
you know.
All right.
He got it anyway. Look at this. He got it and see, he had to carry it with two hands because it's freaking heavy. Hold it up.
Oh,
762.
yeah. Oh,
Now, question:
Yeah.
how easy is that to slide on and off?
like
Let's
this.
see it. Tutorial.
See, there you
Oh,
go.
no.
You're dead. You're dead.
That's why
Hey,
the drum
that's
mags
my
are
point.
terrible. Hang on. Drum mags, it looks cool.
You've been killed like 5 times so far.
Yeah,
I know.
I know, exactly. That's why you have a stick mag.
Yeah, see,
You
mine is
respawned and
mine
the
is like a
sniper
stick
got
man.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Pepper
Oh, no.
Hey,
No.
I'm gonna go make some coffee while he
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it.
Come back to me. I'll have the drum mag ready. Because I can throw this in, no problem. There you go.
It usually doesn't do this, baby.
Yeah.
It's probably because this isn't loaded.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
The stick mag on the AR, you don't have to press a button to take it off. You just cock it, right?
I think you have to. There's a
No.
mag
Hey,
release.
put the stick back in.
All right.
You put it in. You cock it back. There you.
Put
Oh,
the stick back
Lord.
in,
There.
cock it back.
Okay.
Now you brought it.
Yep.
Now take it out.
There's this lever.
Okay, so
Right
you
here.
are levering.
You
Okay,
push
so you
that.
are. Okay, so you are levering. I
That's
was just
it.
wondering
So-
because you were doing it so easy. I was like, man, how do you?
Yeah,
Mine, I
Sleight
just
of
put
hand,
the button,
sleight
it
of
pops
hand.
out.
Practice makes perfect.
it's an old Russian thing. Like you got this kind of action there. Do I have to do a takedown video? Do I have to?
No. What I hate though is that mine is gas and yours isn't. That's why we would
Nope.
prefer AR.
It's well, and yeah, exactly that.
What I have to clean up is
Age-old
just
question.
ridiculous.
I don't have to clean shit.
That's my point.
What I have to clean up is ridiculous.
Mhm.
Joe.
Man.
Dude, really?
Man.
Sip your wine, dude. Sip your wine, and everybody's happy. And really, because when I said it, I felt it when I said it. I really did. I was like, oh, there you go.
Who are you
There
talking
you
about?
go. You'll be
Feelings,
all
I
right.
guess.
Turn up. Oh God. Yeah, Ted, you and I are gonna have to talk through the week. So ask your wife, can I talk to you? And we'll figure out if I'm gonna come back to this show or not.
My wife works 12 hours a day. I got all time.
Okay, tell her I just need 15 minutes. That's it. Shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe. Shut up,
Is that
Joe.
demonetization?
I didn't even do nothing.
After I
I
said
didn't do
it,
nothing.
I heard it when I said it. So, Joe, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
And that includes the time it took to eat the pizza.
What?
The
Gotta
guy
love the
without
Red
a
Dwarf
gun.
reference on top.
Yeah, I need new friends. I really do, because people I don't even. I'm gonna go on a talk show that I don't even know the people that way. I don't have to worry about this crap.
Mhm.
Yeah, we haven't dug too deep into the old box. I'm just saying, like we did pretty good.
Yeah.
Who's old box?
There
I
we
don't
go.
know, Casey.
Right?
Let's
Lisa
talk
still
about
there? I think he
let's
was
talk
talking about
the
Lisa.
super sauce, Casey.
What about an old box?
What?
What?
Huh?
Old
The
box.
old files, like back in the day, all the stuff we probably shouldn't talk about, and it was really fun because it wasn't recorded.
Yeah, no, that's. There's lots of shit that we laughed about that we probably shouldn't put on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
probably accurate. I don't remember any of it because I was drunk. That's my official story. So Lisa's not there. I figured the old box would have gotten some sort of reaction.
No,
Huh?
she went to bed. She has to work. I took the whole week off.
Oh, nice. Why?
That's what I'm
Why?
thinking.
Just for
'Cause-
shits and giggles?
It's better than being at work.
No.
I also got to
Okay.
get things caught up around the house.
Hmm.
Yeah, you back out there in the yard again, huh, Ted?
Yep.
Look, let me tell you something. She put him out there in the yard a while back, man, and he wouldn't talk to me for like 2 weeks. He was just that pissed and mad all the time.
That sounds like Ted.
No, it was. He was just bitter. You know what I'm talking about, Ted?
No, I have no clue, but I'm gonna roll with it.
No, it was either that or you were mad at me for some reason. I mean, you know, that I went in with 1 instead of 2. I don't know.
Well,
Whoa,
I might have to go to the hospital. and heal
Ted
up.
likes it like
that
that.
escalated quick.
As long as you
Nah,
get that
nah,
lube on there,
he's
Ted's
just
good
being
for
Ted.
it.
He says things, I say things. Get out of it.
We talk all kinds of shit.
No, you do.
What? No, not just me. Taking 2 to tango.
I didn't do it.
Oh,
I
wasn't
wasn't
me.
mad at you.
What are you? Are you texting somebody while you're on the video?
Yeah.
Up his next stop.
No, that's what's called a come over.
Booty call.
Ted, not with you, not comb over, but come over.
How about you take your hat off, Slick?
That's right where it's gonna go too.
Yeah, mine is on
Like,
purpose.
wax it up. Wax it up.
See, that's what got you in trouble right there, Joe. Okay. That's what started the whole thing right there, talking about wax it up.
Is that the beginning? When did that happen?
As long as you don't change it to off, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Did Casey die again over there?
No.
I'm
He's just-
here.
okay.
Well, why are you so quiet, dude? You got the beanie on. Say something.
He doesn't have any guns.
I don't need a goddamn gun, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you
We're
do.
talking. We were discussing Joe touching my privates. What are you talking about? A gun? Well, actually, that could be considered a gun. It's loaded.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Exactly.
This one's for fighting. This one's for fun.
Full circle.
I don't care where you shoot your bullets, man. That's your business.
Hey, you know what? You and Joe get together, and you know,
And that
diatribe,
is what
whatever you gotta
James
do.
dreams about.
Is this something that's going to go on the
Naughty
OnlyFans
dreams.
page?
Hey,
James did want to talk about my penis.
True.
yeah, why not? I heard it was magnificent. Eric,
Favorite.
Eric, did you ever get that freaking thing on there?
No, I can't. I can't get it.
Are we still talking
Dude,
about
did you realize that?
I cannot get this
Struggling.
drum egg. This is why drum eggs suck. You can't get this thing. Look, do this
12
all day
minutes.
long, but I could take this thing. Boom, done.
Eric, it's okay. We can just cuddle.
Well, that's going to be a completely different. Oh, that'll be a demonetized video.
Nah.
All things considered, the amount of time it took him to get that far, we could have dug the hole to put him in.
Yeah. That's why you don't do drum eggs and you do stick mags.
Yeah. My drum is my double drum is a stick mag. But
Really?
the only thing about it is like yours, it's a problem. If I don't take it and like whack it, it won't get all the way up in there.
That's what she
That's
said.
what she said.
That's how mine works nowadays too.
Right.
Yeah. This has turned into watch what you say, what words you use.
Now I am committed to getting this fucking drum mag in here.
Are you sure that's the right gun? Let's start from the
Yes.
beginning, right?
Yeah, it is.
Have you turned it off and on again?
I haven't yet, but I might.
I like
I
that.
mean, but look, it's
Hey,
like,
Hey,
why?
how about
Why?
if you hey, Eric, turn it around.
It goes this way. So this tab goes. The tab A goes into slot B.
Back to the OnlyFans.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
Is it too big to fit in? Can you just you can't ram it in? Just try to get it.
Lube?
Could be.
Maybe
I
it's
don't know.
not oiled up well enough. I mean,
yeah,
probably
not.
Is that kind of hole you need hair around, or?
Oh man. Oh, and even if anybody's ever, this looks really cool in Hollywood, right? Like a drum magazine, and stuff. But the thing is, you have to wind this stupid clockwork thing. Got to like open this stuff up.
No, it's not working. It's not
you gotta
working.
do this. You got to put all the rounds down in this like ridiculous thing. Stupid. This thing. You throw cartridges in here, like, okay, so cartridge, push it in, boom, done. Okay, and then, bam, that's it. It's
Couldn't
super
you
easy.
like take two of those straight clips and like put them opposite and tie them
together? Yeah, there's actually things to bind two magazines together.
36
so
rounds
you
at least.
You could actually buy, like you said, you could buy these clips that put them side by side.
Yep.
Where you take one out and just slap the second one in real quick.
Yeah. So you pull one out, you turn it around, and bam, you're done.
I'd rather use an AK for
accuracy. Hey, no, Eric, check this out. They even have the ones now that are side by side.
Oh yeah.
You pull one out and you slap this, you just move it over and slap the second one in.
Exactly.
And the reason is I have those, so that's how I know that they are. I have like 17 mags right now that's just topped off.
But you're an AR guy, so I should be like hating on you right now.
Why?
Because you're from a different
you should be hating on that drum. You can't get.
Yeah, I can't get this stupid ass thing in there. Oh man.
Wow.
All right. Hey, since we've been talking about racism and black and white, James.
I'm the only black person here, Ted.
I know this.
Wait, Joe?
And Joe.
I'm not saying nothing. Nope, I ain't saying nothing.
Did they give you any extra scrutiny trying to get your concealed carry permit?
Who, me?
Yeah. Or they
I got a real good story about my CCW. Like I said, I grew up in Detroit. I did some things, and I got caught up in the system because it's that easy. It's way easier than Detroit, in Detroit, Chicago, Wisconsin, things of that nature. The Midwest and East. Here's the deal: I never took a felony in my life. I did some stupid things. I had like accepting stolen property and that, and I got caught with a weapon one time, and that was it. But the thing is, I never took a felony. I never said, no, I take the felony. No, I didn't. Both misdemeanors. Both did 2 years of probation for. I get up here. I try to get my carrier's permit. No record here. As a matter of fact, when I got here, I still had 3 months on my last probation bid. The probation department said, here, well, you're not a felon, so we're gone. You're good. You're released. Because you're not a felon, we're not going to hold you down for this 3 months. Now, I go to get my carrier's permit. You do the fingerprints and all that kind of thing. They send it back. They do their thing. It comes back. You can't get a carrier's permit. And they show you your record. They showed the accepted stolen property was reduced to a misdemeanor. But then they say gun charge, and somebody had written in pencil, no, this is a felony, such and such, in pencil, dude.
Really?
What? Ridiculous.
They added to your
This
record?
was not a real document. I mean, it was part of a document, but the other part of it said in handwriting, not even typed in, he's a felon. So they declined me, and I'm like, you guys really did that with them penciling that shit in like that?
That's fucking horseshit.
Wow.
I went through
That is
hell to
some
get my
bullshit.
CCW. I had to sue people.
Jesus.
Here's the thing. It's like felony, schmelony, whatever. Like, I trust you more than a politician that people vote for. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing they're bringing up now with like trying to get felons the right to vote. It's like these are still people and they're still alive. We're keeping them alive. They should have a say in how they're being treated. You know,
I
however
agree.
far
Like,
it has
if
to
you
trickle
want to
down.
vote, like, it doesn't matter your incarceration status.
Yeah.
And same thing with any other right, like the right to free speech or right to defend yourself or
It
not
shouldn't
have
be
soldiers
conditional.
in your house. It doesn't matter what things you've done in the past. It should be irrelevant.
So do we think that they should be voting from the jail cell, or they should have their rights restored when they have served their sentence?
After they've served.
They could do.
Yeah.
Okay.
After somebody's
I-
served
I-
whatever
Huh.
penance you have to serve.
No, I think they should absentee from the jail cell.
Should they have guns
because
from the jail cell?
What if they? Yeah, I mean they could own it, but the jail could be like, you know, you can't have possession of that here.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know, like you can still own things, right? I'm just saying, like, their life may be spent out in prison. So do they no longer have a say in how their life is going to be affected ever? You know, like I think they should have the right always. Like,
really good point.
felony should not remove any. There should be no disenfranchisement whatsoever. Zero.
Yeah.
Honestly, especially with so many private prisons and prisons for profit and things like that, like if you had the ability to vote out those politicians that everybody's making money off of this thing and vote into somebody that at very least turned the prison into something that was publicly or you know owned by not a private corporation making a profit off of it, you know, you would probably do much better.
What about no prisons? Because you're either reformable or you're not. So what if you just referred people to psychiatric facilities?
Well, okay.
And from there, they determine, would this person be able to reintegrate into society or would that person not?
Well,
you bring up a very good point right there.
Go ahead.
The you know, like, what is a prison? Like, what's the function? Is it performing its function? That's a question we should be asking.
Well,
you know, just simply saying like, oh, we put someone in prison. Like, okay, you know, I wash my hands of this. Like, well, the fuck you have? You know, you haven't solved anything.
I like that you said that. Here's a question I would like to ask. Okay, the people who are running the for-profit prisons and the prison system in a nutshell, most of them are the rich people and Republicans and things of that nature. Most of the people that are in prisons are Black people. So here's the deal. If you take away the rights of those Black people who will probably vote Democrat because the Republicans are the ones that put their asses in jail, why not keep it the way it is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why not keep it where you cannot vote? That's why when they start bringing up that you know, the situation where let felons start voting, they were like, oh no, we can't do that because somebody in there, probably the Muslims and things like that, they're gonna start trying to tell them people the right is what puts you in here and is getting paid off of you. Vote Democrat and get their asses out of there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to stop that.
Well, I prefer that people like vote with their conscience and not by propaganda. But you know, that's probably too much to ask. Yeah, but I mean that's
James. James, do you think that the Democratic Party, like through and through, has the Black interest at mind. So
No, no.
Here.
Neither party has the black interest in mind or heart. The
Oh
Democratic
no, they don't
Party
have
uses
anybody's
us.
interest in mind, honestly. It's all about grabbing what you can for yourself.
Exactly.
Damn
But
everybody else.
The thing is, the black people are kind of in the middle of that. Mexicans are starting to come up into that, and they're starting to go Republican. So it's like, let's hurry up and let's boost them and this, that, and other thing. But the Black Party has always been a tool. Which way can we pull them? And the Democrats have kind of always won because they always say the sweetest fucking things, whereas the Republicans will be like, "No, man, you just be kind of okay." They still let them know that you're not gonna be us, but you'll be with us. Okay, so no, the Democrats don't have black people's interests. No, they don't.
I agree wholeheartedly. That well said.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
They said
and that's
use
sadly
that
telling that we only have those two choices.
We don't have two choices. That's the sad part of things.
Yeah,
There's like,
And that's what's wrong with this country.
yeah.
There's only two choices. So per se, and there should be like maybe four.
Well, there could be like however many choices, but that's the whole thing. It's like, when it's whittled down to only two choices and both of them are basically a shit burger.
And it's
Like,
which one talks the sweetest to the black
but they
congregation
don't even
that
give
sways
you
it.
at the end of the day, they don't give you anything.
No,
They're just a bunch of
here's
game
the
players like
thing.
everybody else.
If people think that even four wouldn't be enough, we had four choices when Lincoln got elected, and
yeah,
pretty much everyone would agree that things went better because of the integrity that Lincoln had, right? So even when you have four choices, people are going to gravitate toward the better option.
Well,
it doesn't matter if you dilute the pool, you're still going to go the way that things should.
Well,
bring
it's
it
kind
to
of like the
Ross.
lesser
Bring
of
it to
two
Ross
evils.
Perot. Hold on,
Ross
bring it
Perot.
up.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bring it up to Ross Perot.
Yeah.
Ross Perot was in the middle, man, and he was smashing them. He barely lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
And he was self-made. He didn't have any.
the other people had pull, and they pulled the black people to their side, and they won. That's my whole thing, is that if the black people would have went with Ross Perot, he'd have won.
Oh,
And
yeah,
there would be
totally.
an independent in the middle of all this from that point on.
Here's the thing, like all this time, like whoever you are, different communities and cultures and stuff, like keep voting for the people that claim to tell you that they're gonna do good by you. How's that working out? 40 years later, how's it working?
Well, yeah. So I just saw a statistic today, just a few hours ago. 62% of low-income Republicans supported the COVID relief bill just recently, and not one single representative, quote unquote, not one single representative of the Republican Party voted for the stimulus.
Yeah. So how are you being represented?
That tells you right there. Yeah. You're not. It's a sham.
Yeah, it is.
That's why you need to get rid of career politicians and cycle them out every 2 years. You only get 2 years and you go right back to your old job.
Oh, man.
Term
limit.
2 years.
Term limits for Congress.
Because you know what? I was talking with my father-in-law about this, and he's a judge. Of course, he was looking at me like I was a dumbass, but that usually occurs. So, like there is a point, though, that there needs to be some continuity of government. And my thought is like we need like some elder statesmen, like 4 or 5, to like kind of keep some of those balances in place. And they could be there for a bit.
White landowners?
And after time they'll end up corrupted, Ted. After time they'll end up corrupted because of money. People will start pushing money behind them, and they'll start changing their decisions and doing what the hell it is the other person wants them to do. You can't do it that way unless you say You
That's why
can't
term
have
limits are
you can't have
necessary.
any more money than this.
Dude, James, you resonate like everything you said. Yeah.
Even if it's not the money like in cash in hand, if you have enough money, you have enough money to start threatening people behind your back.
Exactly.
So
It's not
money
always
will
about
be able
money.
to push one way or another.
Here's the important thing. It's not always about money. It's often about control.
And
Yeah.
power.
Yeah. Well, they kind of go hand in hand. And
Yeah, they do.
power is elusive. It's
The
a
more money,
fantasy.
the more money, the more power.
Yeah, to some extent.
Well,
And the more problems.
like I was just gonna say, like Biggie said, more money, more problems.
Yep.
But that's on
Exactly.
a lower level because you can. Here's the deal: if you have more money than everybody else, you can move the players around the board. But if you have less, you can't. You can only move the players lower than you. But
here's the question: is like, why do the players move at your behest? Why? Like,
because you can take
don't have any
something
actual,
from them. You can sway the other people against them.
We also haven't had millions of dollars waved in front of our
I
face.
hate to bring this into our conversation, but look at Donald Trump. They are about to take their meetings to his place. He's not the president, but he's going to make money off the Republican Party going to his place. They're bailing him out when if they just leave him alone, he's gone. More money, more problems. He has let them know that, hey, look, it's like this. If you do not come with me or agree with me like this, I will split your party by having a third party and you'll never win again. The Democrats will win all the time.
Oh, it's kind of like a false dichotomy, really. Like it's either or. You're either with us or you're for the terrorists. Like, how does that make any sense?
Which is the base of everything, though. You're either on my team or you're not. You're either in my tribe or you're not.
But Joe, if you have the most money, then you say, if you're not, this is what I'm going to do to you. Yeah. That's the key to it. I mean,
Trump is a champion of that because
somebody above you has all the money.
Trump is a champion of that because that's pretty much what he's done in not only politics, every single business situation he's ever been in. I'm going to do what I want to do. Fuck you. I'm going to sue you. And it's too bad because I can afford better lawyers.
Well, or this is what I'm going to do to you, or this is what I'm going to do for you to garner favors. Mm-hmm. Yes, fear is a powerful tool for manipulating people and getting people to do things. But so is giving gifts. You know, if you make enough promises, hey, you know what? Vote for me for class president, and we'll have chocolate chip cookies at every break. Or we'll have like 2 hours for lunch every day. And you know, people are like, oh, well, yeah, that sounds good.
Is what you can get. What you can give the people.
Yeah.
Or what you can tell the people that you're planning on giving them.
Well, it's
getting them to buy in on it.
That's what I said about promises. Like it's not what is actually going to happen. It's all about like the illusion of the things you can actually do. And that is exactly how countless generations have been manipulated through the years.
That's why I'm called PLP, baby. Mm-hmm. It's the illusion of what I can do. It worked, and I played it. You know, I get out of it.
And that's a powerful thing. Like what people believe.
Oh yeah, I think I've told this story before, maybe, but I don't know if James has heard it. I was backing up a buddy in a parking lot fight in high school, and I overheard one of the guys on the other side say, "Watch out for Casey. He's a black belt." I hadn't studied shit back then, but I was like, "Yep, I'm a black belt."
Dude,
actually, I think I still thought that you were a black belt.
I heard this story.
Yeah, it's like you just let them think what they think, and that's like the most powerful protection.
But it also goes with profiling and stereotypes.
Well, my whole thing is just this. Do you guys realize the people who really usually came at me were smaller than me? At
Napoleon
least
complex.
95% of them came at me. I was in
Everybody's
shape.
smaller than you, James.
Huh?
Everybody's smaller than you, James.
That's my point. Is I was in good shape. No, I'm just in case you being funny, but I'm saying I was in shape. I was good looking. Don't let's go ahead and throw that in there real quick. And but the thing
You
is,
still are.
Can't forget
no,
that.
come on now. I was. I mean, I still kind of am a little bit. But anyway, they did. They were coming at me, man, and I would look at them. And the reason I was kind of better than a whole lot of so-called door people or bouncer and things like that is because I would talk to them. I'd be like, hold on, time out, dude. You're drunk, and they didn't know I was buzzed up too. But it's like you see what I'm serious, and they know they laughing because they know I was fucked up too. But it's like see the
I
outcome.
brought you drinks.
Do you really see the outcome of this, dude? You weigh 175 pounds. I weigh 235 pounds. Do you really? And a lot of times they backed off. I didn't have a whole lot of fights down there with y'all guys, did I?
No.
You know
No.
why? Here's another thing. If some things went down, I could whistle and half the bar would circle around me on that person like, man, you got to get up out of here. We're not doing that here no more.
They were sitting behind you at the booth, James.
Well, actually, yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
There ain't some shit gonna go sideways with us around.
Yeah, I remember that every time I had a fight, neither one of y'all stood y'all's ass up.
You ain't doing that shit here. That's our bar.
Yeah, but you sat there while you were saying that. I'm standing up and you sitting down with a drink. Kind of back up is that? Kind of shit back up is that?
Hey, you know what? I've never gotten in a bar fight. Never ever gotten in a bar fight.
Oh,
That's because you were sitting and drinking, watching James be in the bar fight.
Like, hit him again, kick him. Like, what kind of shit was that?
Throw his bitch ass out.
But no, it you know what, man, we've lived a good life up until this point. I would like to think, other than Case, going through the things you did. Now you back here, man, and you still here with us doing this, man, and that's lovely, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I ain't had to shed no tears over your ass because, that's a good thing. Now, Eric, you kind of a maniac. You ever get that drum on? You never got that drum on, did you, Eric?
No.
Yeah, so
it's finicky. Yeah.
Yeah,
you can post a photo after you get that on, put it in like the comments, just so that the people watching this can be like, ah, he did it.
Okay, so it's like stage fright. Like, right, you'd like take a piss all day long, no problems. But as soon as somebody's standing next to you, all of a sudden you can't. Like, nothing's working. And that's the thing. Like, I have gotten this drum mag on to the AK over and over and over again, but now I can't. It's not happening.
I love how I looked down when he said that.
There are people shooting at you. There are people shooting at you, and you're you come on.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the.
What are you gonna do? You can know
all day long.
Like, when those get away, what are you gonna do? Like, throw that drum at somebody?
Yeah. I would
with that drum.
Stick mags are the way to go. Like, I think this is illustrated.
Look, once they're done, they're exhausted. The stick mags. You throw the drum at the last at somebody, and it's like 15 people. And you hit one of them in the head.
Maybe I'll make it work. If I had the right training, but
bounce that off all 15 of them.
It looks really cool.
Pinball,
like when you have an AK with a drum mag that actually
he's gonna try again. He's trying again.
The drum mag looks really cool. Like,
try it
again. It looks cool, but it sucks. They're absolutely
terrible. I bet I could disarm you quicker if you're wielding an AK than a pistol.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh shit!
Next live video.
On that note, I'm out.
Casey risks getting shot in the back.
James, you running off? You out?
I tried to run out, but this is just way too funny because that was not fair. That was it's like, yeah, really? Wow.
Oh man. I mean, this might be a good point to kind of conclude on. I feel like there's a lot more that we could talk about though.
There is. But there always is.
Oh yeah, like the conversation is deep. Like, oh yeah. There's
Now, can I invite more people to the situation?
yes. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean not so much as like-minded. I want some people. I'm gonna go all over the place with it.
Mm-hmm.
That way
Yeah.
we have a diatribe. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
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 absolutely.
totally.
I like it. More opinions make the conversation more layered and interesting.
Yeah, and to think that, like, I thought, oh well, there's 5 people having a conversation here. This is going to be nuts. We need a talking stick. But it flowed really well. Yeah.
That's because Casey. That's because Casey fell out.
Yeah.
I do think
Oh
we're
man.
being polite because we know something funny is going to fall out of our mouths.
We're being polite because everybody's armed.
Not Casey. Wait, that explains a
Except
lot.
Casey.
How do you shoot someone through Zoom? Is that
Oh, you'll
that
see.
Alt
Really good
B
aim
for
and a
bullet
high-powered
or
rifle.
Alt S for shoot or
Oh man.
You know what? You know what's really fucked up is I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to shoot somebody through Zoom.
It's right out the window.
Mhm.
Whack.
Well,
How do we work that?
if you're a
how do we work
ninja,
that out?
if you're a ninja, you'll just convince them that they just want to die and they'll go away and commit suicide.
Yeah,
You just
or-
kill them through Zoom.
Unagi.
Or you shoot and you say I shot you. And you just lay back. I don't know.
Hypnotism.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey,
gun
my
like
gears
bears.
turning, James.
Ted, I will be talking to you this week.
Okay.
We have things to talk about.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
No problem.
James, I think you should become a ninja with me. I think you should come up to Bellevue.
Hold on. What'd you say?
I said you should become a ninja with me. You should study ninjutsu.
Oh, ninja. Okay, I'm just checking. Look
Use
at
the N-word.
Okay,
Hey, James.
Uh-huh.
James does have a favorite superhero that does have some ninja skills.
Oh, really?
He does.
Everybody's wearing his Batman drawers right now.
He still got a Batman tattoo. I know
You
that.
got some Batman underwear going on?
What the hell is it? Damn, you can't even see it. I can't pull my shirt up. But yeah, it's not really Batman. It's Black Man,
There you go.
and there's a story behind it. I was in Universal.
That was an actual character, right?
Huh?
That was an actual character, I thought.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Well, here's how I ended up with it. Okay, I was in Universal Studio Hollywood with my daughter in California, and before they closed down, and she was 12. And she got with my then wife, and they went to buy me something. And she came back and she gave me this ring. Ted, you remember that ring?
I remember that ring.
Mhm.
Exactly. And when she gave it to me, she said, "This is not Batman. This is Black Man for you, Daddy." Right? So I kind of ate that up. I was
Sweet.
like, wow, tripped me out. Now, here's what happened. I had never had any tattoos in my life. Her girlfriend's dad was a tattoo artist. He had a shop, and he had the shop for like maybe 15 years. And so I'm like, man, me and my wife, we go over. I said, man, look, I'm gonna get this Batman tattooed on me, right? Because of my daughter and all that whole situation. We go over here and he tats it on me and all that. Now remember, his daughter and my daughter were best friends. That's how I got to know him. That's how he got to tattoo me. 2 weeks later, he died.
Oh shit.
Wow.
So the tattoo that he put on me was my Picasso.
Mhm.
So that's why it's always a big deal to me with the thing and the thing. And Ted kind of did. You already knew the story, didn't you, Ted?
I didn't know the full story on it. I just knew that you call yourself Black Man from time to time, but I figured I'd let you tell that part.
Yeah, that's how it all came about. And so now, Batman is a thing that I do, and people. My daughter to this day, she'll give me Batman crap. I'm like, look, I'm freaking old. Stop with the Batman crap. But,
hey, at least you know she cares. That's nice.
oh yeah.
That's
Don't
a
get me wrong, I
touching
don't
story.
care. But
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a little something about me that y'all didn't know.
Love it.
I love it when tattoos carry stories.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 tattoos, and I'm the type of person that would just go get tattoos because I'm like a metal dude or whatever. But I've tried to keep it to I've tried to keep it to stuff that meant a lot to me. And the stupid die symbol on my chest, like right directly over my heart, it meant a lot at the time. It kept me from committing suicide as a teenager. And however, silly or juvenile I think it is now, like it still meant something at the time. So I've left it alone, And then the one on my arm is about beating cancer. That was like a huge chapter of my life, right? And then like the last one I have is on my leg, and it's a sibling tattoo that I have with the biological siblings that I met like after 20 years of being an only child, adopted. So like I love putting a story in a tattoo because how fucking cool is that? Like, it's your personal art.
I won't put a tattoo on me that does not have a meaning. There are people that put things on them or just pictures and no, I like this and no, I won't do that. I will not do it.
Well, if you're
captures
gonna
a moment in time.
Yeah, if you're gonna etch something onto your body through ink, it should be something significant. Yeah.
Unless you're a redhead.
Not to say you can't do it if you don't want to, but like.
Well, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but it's really significant and poignant when it's an actual story about your own life.
Yeah. It's more of a matter of wisdom than personal choice. It's like, 60 years from now, will you look back on this with fond memories or will you regret it?
Well,
like,
yeah,
in that capacity,
And if you're like a kid and you're doing something stupid and tattooing some kind of juvenile thing
Stick
on
figure
your body,
guns.
Yeah.
Like if you guys look at my picture right now, you'll see my arm, you'll see tats.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Those tattoos are people in my life, starting with my grandmother, her sister, my grandfather, like that. And it's gonna go all the way down my arm of people's lives, not death. People were like, man, well, why don't you put this, the when they died? Why? I want to know them when they lived.
Yep.
So their birthdays are on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you won't forget their birthday. So I mean, that's that's awesome.
Does end up being helpful. I don't have any tattoos still.
It's because you're a redhead. It'll hurt like the sun.
Yeah.
There's no red.
I don't have any tattoos either, but I like.
Wait, only 2 of us have tattoos then, huh?
Yep.
Okay,
I don't have any tattoos
it
either.
started with a gun comparison.
Oh,
it's a tattoo
so we're gonna go back to you. Huh?
Yeah, more people.
More
people have guns.
Hey, that was a nice.
4 out of 5 have guns, and 2 out of 3 have tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I do have ideas. I want a programming oriented tattoo. Something significant.
Dude, you're a fucking artist. Like your art is amazing, whether you put it into a car or whether you put it on canvas. There's, I'm struck with the fact that you probably have too many good ideas, and that's the reason why you probably haven't tattooed yourself yet.
Well, yeah, like I have an idea.
Get a mic like LL Cool J.
Yeah. Ooh, hell yeah. So,
Get an AK with a drum round on it.
That's fully inserted.
Yes.
Ooh.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
I do also have a plan for a tattoo, but it'll mostly come from my daughter if she ever actually does it. So I'll let her tattoo me and let her give me the first one. At least then that way it has a meaning, something that she created.
So your own kid is gonna tattoo you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I have one where my daughter drew on me, and I went and had a tattoo.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's something to make it worthy. I mean, I go get one with my brother, but like, what would I pick? Other than I went and got it with my brother. But if Alexa developed one for me and I allowed her to place it on my arm, it'll be on my arm. But let me have a whole lot more meaning. Like, she did that. I trusted her enough to do it,
Yeah.
Man, that's deep. Wow.
That's if she takes up a needle and actually does it, She hasn't fully settled on that yet. But that's my deal for a tattoo, and I'm 41 years old, so it might be like 50 and I get a tattoo, but whatever. At least it won't sag too much.
You got time still.
But still, that's the thing. It's almost like requisitioning art way in advance. Like, this is what I want. You take however long you want to create it.
Yeah.
And it could be a lifetime in the making, and then it would just be like a fucking masterpiece to you, because it took all that time to develop.
Well, I would hope it isn't a masterpiece that ends up being your dead body in a grave.
True.
At least like showcase it a bit.
Oh yeah.
For a few years.
Or like have a clear casket and just leave it on top of the dirt, just for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, in that respect, I, a couple of years ago, just like the Christmas before COVID hit, both my mom and my grandmother were in the hospital, and my grandmother ended up dying a few days after New Year's, and I had been working on. They really loved Elvis, right? I had been working on like a Altair style cover of "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You," and it was unfinished at the time, and I played it for her. It was just like a beat in the correct time, and me singing, and that felt like enough. She never got to hear a finished product, and in fact she died, and I kind of lost interest in finishing it, so it didn't get finished. But just the meaning behind that, even if it's an unfinished, imperfect something, right? The meaning is more beautiful than what you may see or hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah. So we have a comment actually that's relevant from Christine. All my tattoos have their own stories.
All 8 of my tattoos.
That's the best way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be a storyboard. Like, you need an icebreaker? Here's my tattoo. You want to know what it means? Like,
yeah.
It's great.
That's fine as long as you're not pulling down your zipper to show them
It says something different when I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to Jamaica. Oh man.
It looks like James dipped out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, might have lost his internet. I had to go to my car.
Well, potentially, or well, he was texting people, so maybe he had things to do.
Yeah, probably.
Like some
I
beef.
think we've been at this for a couple hours, so
Yeah.
might be a good point to end on.
Yeah, I think we're like 3 hours in.
3. Holy shit.
Yep.
Woo. Yeah. Well, everybody, thanks for deep sink diving with us.
Deep Sink Living. 3
Yeah.
hours in.
I could not get the drum magazine into the AK.
That'll be a separate,
I think we should-
minute microscopy. Once you actually get that in, you can edit it down.
Eventually, I think we should all do like a let's all go shooting video because it would be fun and pop Casey's shooting cherry.
Casey, you've been shooting before, though. You just don't have a gun, right? Yeah.
I like. There's been times where I've like, I should buy a gun, and then it's like something more important will pop up or whatever. And
Oh yeah. No, I don't have a budget for that. I just inherited
I'm
some.
just a little fish in a big sea.
The only thing with a shooting video is that bullets are extremely expensive at the moment.
Yes, okay. That's a factor that has to be taken.
But maybe we could do a minute microscopy of all of the shooting.
Yeah.
Maybe burn through one round, one clip or something.
Yeah, like one shot at a time.
Yeah.
Well,
man.
but the fun part of that, the fun part of shooting would be shooting that video would be just going shooting. No, so
Yeah. Oh man, we totally got to do that.
But yeah, we'll have to see.
We will.
If it's too expensive, it's too expensive. But again, I have a bunch of, I have boxes, a couple boxes of ammo. I'm not sure what exactly I have, but there's like one box for each. And when I say box, I mean like box of boxes. Like I have a box of boxes of ammunition for each one of the guns.
Nice.
And yeah, so I've just got a bunch of shit.
The only thing you got to pay attention to is its age, and also that it's temperate and dry.
Yep,
Yeah.
dry. Always been dry. It was interior before and interior storage currently. All the box and everything else is in place and no wet or moisture or whatever. Age though, I don't know what age does to bullets.
It's
I don't know
probably
how long they're
okay. I mean, I've fired like shotgun shells from the 40s, and they've been fine. So
yeah, and like brass isn't really going to wear out to the point that it explodes. Like
yeah,
it may not work perfect, but I doubt that it's going to like just fall apart.
Yeah. There is something with age, though. I'd have to have my brother explain it. I can't explain it perfectly, but there is some safety issues that you got to kind of look for and pay attention to. That's all.
Follow up with that, so let us know what those are, because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Goggles and face shields and stuff. We should be fine.
Earplugs.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think James is messaging me on Messenger.
Oh no! Yeah, apparently he said kick the brother off, huh? Just
no, we
in.
didn't do anything. Like everything was fine. He dipped out on his own.
Huh. It must have been his connection or something. Yeah, Zoom is great. It's cool that it switches the camera automatically and all that stuff, but I think it's really bandwidth heavy. So you add all these people, and I think it gets a little heavy.
Yeah,
it can be. Oh man, there's a few like. Oh, there's one more comment. Let's see.
I don't think you forget when you have the tattoo, though. That's a moment that you've chosen, unless you were super drunk or on drugs. I'm sure there are many people that have tattoos.
Oh yeah, like if you okay. So I remember my coworker telling me about his friend who got a neck tattoo that said Irish Pride, and he wasn't even Irish. Like, why would you do that?
That's
That's
hardcore.
a bad tattoo. Like, a tattoo should tell a story about yourself, your own experiences. It should be like a timeline, things like that. Yeah, not something you just go to a bar drunk and have somebody etch Irish pride onto your neck. Um,
Well, I think that neck tattoo is going to start at that point of being not the best first choice for a tattoo
there we
location.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. I think got
There he
James
is.
back here. Hey, we didn't kick you out, man.
Hold on, he's got to connect his audio. Push the button. There it is. Yeah, we thought you dipped. You were texting somebody.
I can't hear him.
James? I can't see his lips moving. He's just staring at us. James, can you hear us?
James is a zombie now.
That's a lot of
Aren't
weed.
we all?
That's a lot of weed that just happened there.
How much for Angela's car?
What?
Yeah, I'm hearing it. What are you watching TV?
It's like listening to Alexa tell you a story or something like that.
James, you got some porn going on in the background?
No, that's just me.
I'm
jerking
sorry,
off.
James.
That's
I
just
can't
me-
do
that's-
that.
That's just me rubbing one out, you know.
What the hell? Did you push the wrong
I'm
button?
sorry, James. I don't understand. What's a blumpkin?
Hold on. What's a blumpkin?
Top shelf?
Oh, man.
Oh.
Welcome back.
What? Hold on. Why did I jump back on this bullshit?
Good question.
Jump on.
Well, we were trying to wrap things up, but we wanted you to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, you could have sent me a kite or something. I mean, have to come back to.
I could have sent you like a drum mag or something
Dude,
like
put that down before you hurt yourself.
that.
Please, dude, you're gonna like hurt a finger or something, and then you'll be out for a week. And don't. Just stop. I mean, shit. And Ted, you're not the one. You're not the one to say, "Hey, man, where you go? What's what?" I expect that from you.
Well, yeah.
Not from anyone else. You should have been the first one out there with it. Never mind. And Joe.
Hey,
Oh,
All he can
man.
do,
Bro,
shake his head like,
do we need to like hang out together now? Never mind.
Thirsty.
Hey, did you hear our idea about a minute microscopy where we just kind of do some shooting real quick?
About a who? What? Hold on.
Wait, someone say shooting?
You did the what
AK.
animal? You did what the what animal?
All the way.
Well, there's an
Eric's
issue of
excited.
bullets right now being expensive, right?
Yeah.
And doing like a 3-hour segment of us shooting would be like $10,000. So what I was suggesting is a minute microscopy where maybe we only burn through like one clip and maybe have like a target practice or a target challenge or something.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
like one small box or something. Yeah, maybe go
Well-
out to the range.
Well, I mean, if we can get that freaking, drum on, we can do some damage. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Cut a tree down.
Don't let Eric have to load anything. We good.
I got extra guns for Casey if he wants one.
Shit.
Hey, Casey, you want a
I'm gonna
1911?
give him some tape.
I'll take whatever else you got while you're trying to put that drum on there.
Hey, Eric.
I'll blow
Hey,
through every
anybody-
other clip and then be like, "You got that drum on yet?"
Hey, Eric, when's the last time you saw Matt?
Oh,
That's a good
God.
question.
Like 2009?
Holy shit.
or something like that. 2010.
So, what if I brought him on as a guest star for the shooting episode?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Haven't
Oh
seen
yeah,
that in forever.
totally. What about Fluffy?
I haven't seen him in like 20 years. I swear to God.
Oh,
I'm not
I-
shooting. I'm not shooting with anybody named fucking Fluffy.
It's probably a good It's probably a good idea.
That's just I can't do that.
Probably a good idea. You know what? I looked him up. I tried to track him down. I did, internet sleuthing as we do, and he is somewhere in Tacoma.
Really?
Fluffy.
Yeah,
Really?
Mike moved back. He's somewhere in Tacoma.
Mike Fluffy somebody.
Yeah, call him Fluffy because he's
Interesting.
bald headed, I think, or
Hey,
crazy
did
than
I-
Mike.
Did I ever meet him?
Probably not.
I don't think
He was
so.
pretty antisocial by then.
Well, if you ever met him, it was probably the point where he shot his own self in the leg. And he's
With a
like,
hip.
oh, I shot myself.
Oh God, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he shot against like a pillar, and the pillar had some iron in it or whatever was on the inside of the,
Ricochet.
yeah, ricocheted, hit him in the hip. He's like, oh fuck, I just shot myself. I'm like, what? What do you mean you shot yourself? And he just starts laughing and like limping. I'm like,
Just shrugged
well,
it
you're
off
not
like it was
dead.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little
Hmm.
scary.
Okay,
but-
I like
That-
Fluffy.
Yeah, that sounds like fluff. Yeah.
Well, James, you know Matt too.
Oh,
Do you remember Matt
shucks.
from back in the day?
Say what?
Do you remember Matt from back in the day? Crazy Matt?
Yeah, that's all you give me.
Well,
He
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 always wore
killed
like a
somebody
vest.
for a 6-pack of beer.
What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That. Mm.
I
No.
know a guy who killed somebody for a 6-pack of beer.
No, just random. One of the many friends. He would have rolled with us and Ted and Rich. Like he'd be in that group.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I don't know these people, and I'm not going to jail with them
All right, cool.
That's a
We're
good
good.
choice.
because
We're
of Fluffy and Matt and fucked up. I didn't know. Anyway,
I promise there will never be anything untoward.
no, I do know Matt, and I know what the fuck they're talking about. So it is already adjudicated and all that. So, but
Mhm.
but it's the fact that get a dude a 6-pack and never mind. Okay, no. Oh,
Oh man. Oh, we got to go to the range.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
that'd be a fun night. Well, yeah. We'll see how these
Well, and,
COVID
you know-
vaccines work. Maybe we can all get back to normal and go shooting and fuck shit up.
see, look.
We looking? What are we supposed to see?
Oh, this has got to be good. He's pausing.
Ooh, man.
Dramatic effect.
Or did he push the wrong button again?
You know
They
I
bounce
can
out.
hear every fucking thing you're saying.
Cue
Taylor.
inception sound.
No, somebody look. Hey, look. This is the guys on the truth. Somebody texted me a picture of the ass, and I just went to respond. That's it. That's the guys.
Is there a butthole in the reflection of your glasses? What's going on there?
Oh,
I'm seeing some butthole in your glasses.
Somebody on the internet will freeze frame that so we can review that later.
There's a little bit of taint in there somewhere. I see the taint.
no, it was a whole lot of oil spots. It just.
Did you just take a picture of your balls? I saw a flash.
See,
What's going on
look,
here?
I just-
Wait a minute.
look,
This is going like down a completely different path right now.
going. Hold on, going. Thing's been a train wreck. And you know what? It's been an enjoyable ass ride.
Yes, it has. It's been fun.
Oh man.
So after me and Ted talk next week, we'll see if I can come back to this madness next week.
If Lisa will let you,
Hey,
she'll
look,
charge you
totally.
too.
do you guys like need donations and things of that nature?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Then get the fuck out of here. I'm
Yep.
not just gonna give you a couple dollars because see you, I know you. You gotta buy some new flip flops.
Hey, I gotta
I do.
find a drum mag
do.
that actually fits my AK.
Hey, so if you
Donate
if you
to the
become
Eagle
a patron,
Huh?
if you become a patron at patreon.com/KS and vidcast for just $2.50 a month, you get every song that we write for our pre-recorded episodes.
No,
And
I
that's-
kind of really don't
That's
want
cheaper. That's cheaper than like feeding a kid in Africa, though. So
that. Well, can I do it without the songs and shit? Just pictures of you and your cat. It will be all right.
Mhm.
What the hell are you all into?
Oh man.
all right, I'll make the thumbnails of the songs pictures of me and my cat then.
Okay, yeah. You know I
It's
catch
gonna be
everything, dude.
Oh man, but it would be epic. Like everybody getting together, like shooting guns. Like, we
No.
should totally do that.
No. You guys know people like Fluffy and a motherfucker that shot somebody for a 6-pack.
No,
I'm not going out with weapons with you people.
we won't bring Fluffy into this. I promise.
Well, you have to find him first.
Yeah, Fluffy's definitely not going to be coming along.
Now I can go
Yeah.
find Matt without a problem. We just have to get him a hall pass.
That's the hard part, right?
I'd say we could go out to his property where he built his own gun range, but you can only shoot pistols there, and you can only shoot them very slowly because you need a hall pass.
Yeah.
Oh. Well. Oh man.
Can I get?
I guess
Can
I
get
guess
back to
that's
the
all the
booty
time
now?
we got.
Can I get back to the booty? I just want to get back.
Get back to your booty. Go do
know,
booty
right.
things.
All
Yeah,
Get
right.
all booty
You're
licious.
dismissed. Class dismissed.
Oh man.
You know what? I don't even like any of y'all.
I missed that.
The feeling is
Serious, man.
mutual,
I
bro.
Oh, none of y'all.
Mm.
Oh
He
man.
he just left.
Oh,
All right, gentlemen,
All
3
right.
hours.
Yeah,
3 hours
That's the
and
record.
13 minutes.
I think it's probably long enough. Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah. Have a good night.
All right,
You
good
too.
seeing you
Good night.
guys.
Good seeing you,
Cheers.
James.
All right.
Good seeing y'all.
Deep Sync Live.
Peace
Woo.
out.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Mhm.
Ooh. If I can leave somehow. There we go.
Okay.